Right now, yeah, it's a flawless round, but it's still very early in. We're only talking about round 2 here, okay? We're going into this is the first test, this is the first gun round. There's no op going to be on the board, no economy to really deal with that. But I think probably just want to make sure that they can pick up a few rounds to work with. Their attack side, controlling the pace of the game is going to be something that they're going to look forward to. So it's about surviving into that second half. If FUT is able to pick up this map, this is probably their only real chance at winning the entire series, I think. So they need to make sure that round by round, they're setting the tone and they're not letting PRX run away with just everything, just creating chaos and getting away with it.
They thrive in it. And PRX throughout the map now. They've shown presence towards A off the back of the Dizzy. Orb collected over towards B. So a couple of question marks placed, but the one-way still in position. You've got a shouldering of the angle from Ada Captain, and the showstopper is indeed here. Jing going to try and levy the odds. Even with the weaker weapons, run, Mr. Fallen, run. How far can you make it? He wants you. Heat-seeking doesn't land. Yellow J keeps them safe. So already the site does get given up, though. So a little bit of a trade-out. The Danger Man really is Divine out. Mind Freak, yes, has a Bulldog too. And the overwhelm towards, well, CT, it's just a brutal battle. The Cracks is winning. Clearing through, leaving just Divine now in a 1v4. Incredibly difficult, and they're already tagged up. And the swing, perfect. FUT, you can already hear it.
I heard the Cracks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Yellow J.
Is that Yellow?
Yeah, the Balrog just battle cry. You'll hear it every time. So Diffuse is there, they get away with it. One player lost, investment of the ult from Jing. You'll be happy with this if you're FUT.
Really happy with this, considering how their retakes went in the previous series against EDG. This is a night and day difference. This is what they need. They not only won the round, but they won with 4 alive. I have no idea how this guy's getting away from that showstopper, but somehow he does it. And now this is test number 2. Can FUT keep...
There he is.
FUT need to get this map, but something's got that up. Okay, attack side, Gecko up. Contact in.
I'm interested to see how well that works here. Yellow J is a pretty good, safe pair of hands. If you look at him kind of being a bit of a rock for this team, he can absolutely be that. So got to be on red alert. Already a little bit of a deeper look for FUT over down towards kind of A main. They're just going to leave, I think, Ada Captain there, refreshing that one way. They can loosen up one of the players to maybe hit a rotate early.
No Soba on the side of PRX means that this trip, you basically need to use paint shells to take care of it.
Very tricky.
Unless you walk all the way out, basically.
Yeah.
Ah!
And that's the operator shown in a quick evacuation to make sure they don't get caught on the counter swing. Dizzy goes up. Mosh to be sent, but Yellow J threads the needle. He finds a pixel out of place, and that's Jing. Gonna somewhat deny that early springboard forward. Mr. Fallen has to swing and fight. Manages to keep himself standing, but now the pressure's starting to mount here. This is that bloody battle we're talking about. The rotations are coming in, but Devi keeps some pressure off them, keeping it at a 4v4. Plants in play. Market gonna be denied by the wall, at least for now. Dizzy sent on the other side to clear through close on the site, but catching Forsaken, trying to backpedal. Stunning work from CNED. Paint shell as well. Something and that operator are going to have to be, I don't know, praying for a connection. It's not working. As Mind Freak now overwhelmed, outnumbered, and put down. Let's slow this down here, Josh, because that's 4 standing again. They're handling this well, and they could potentially get an operator if they fancy it. Looks like they don't.
Right as I write down about the difference between G2 and FUT is that G2's teamwork looked so good, and FUT, it wasn't there before, and that was one of the things. They couldn't convert a lot of these rounds, these situations where they had the man advantage. But here, again, I was thinking, okay, what's happening? Mr. Fallen's still in, but the rest of the teammates have backed Alpha into spawn. What's going on? They need to be on the same page. But, I mean, they just won with 4 alive.
Yeah, this is a really good look for FUT. PRX on the Guardians, Sheriffs. You heard it.
CNED down mid. They love this play.
They certainly do. It's something we've kind of had in our minds a couple of times throughout regular season over in EMEA. Doesn't find the value he wants.
They have the whole map basically under the control. The only thing that's really weak is that B main area, but it's going to be hard to break into that with just Sheriff, Stingers, and a Guardian.
But can they find CNED? Krax is trying to keep him secure, helping him on the cross towards...
Okay, that's a start.
What a shot! Oh, dearie me! This could be a tragedy in the making. Yeah, the weapons are a little bit deep, but they could be definitely recovered. So that's some huge upgrades. Massive for Forsaken. And he's got his ult. You've got the res with Devi. You've got so much to play with here. The only weapon they couldn't recover, I think, is the one by the market door, so yeah, you'll be chuffed with that.
Still a Rolling Thunder and a res available.
Massive. And it's just a constant reminder of, you know, you've got to respect PRX for the mechanical capability at the bare minimum. Straight on in, Mr. Fallen going to find one on the cross. Right, that's Forsaken gone down, but then the res. We noted it earlier, it's in play. Looking at the flank, though, Yedajay, the timing, I think it's being considered. Yeah, already Devi's got eyes on it. Banging shot from Devi. Gets himself a nice little upgrade as well. Oh, they are loving this. You're going to need heroics from Mr. Fallen now. The captain, no shot at that.
Oh, guys,
PRX.
let's go.
You are never safe against this side. A cold, quick reminder of it. Mr. Fallen going to have to face the music here. Can he take it off with him? Just 1-4 alive on the other side. Yeah, the res got used, but now they got fish shot. They got all the upgrades. They've got to be smiling about that.
When I'm sitting here talking about this game right now, everything's on FUT. FUT needs to do this. Yedajay needs to do this. CNET needs to do this. The reason why I'm saying that is because PRX are probably the favorites here. They have that teamwork. They know how to just move in together. They're so deadly. I don't know if FUT had any chance to even react to the first 3 of those deaths just instantly taken out. It is definitely on FUT to be able to set a precedent in this game, and if they can't do it, PRX is going to run over them.
Early fish on. Oh, they exchanged, but it's CNET find something. So very early damage from that.
भाई समथिंग ने गेको लिया यार मैं चाहता था रेना ले
We're going to take all the space, want the
कोई
ult
नहीं
back.
यार अगर ये भी ले लिया
Side they go though.
फैन ही है
PRX
फैन थोड़ी
get
ना
that
जा
spike planted. FUT don't care so much about this though. They
Fan
do
to fan
that
hota hai.
defensive smoke. They're able
नहीं जा
to
रहा
play out that spam battle, but this Rolling Thunder coming in late from Forsaken through market, I believe, is what's going to happen towards the end of this round.
Yeah, can they clear sight? Yeah, so they're all going to come back around and clear.
He's going to go around the world. Oh my.
Should just clear towards Pillar, so now they can focus the rolling. Oh my god,
This
the
is
flank on
gonna
the
be
flank.
huge.
Hold on, the flank on the flank. Devi's going to find CNET. Wait, Devi's still trying to brawl this out. And now Forsaken getting closer step by step, but time is dwindling. It's ticking. Here comes the ult from Forsaken. They have no idea about this. And suddenly, dazed and confused, it's all topsy-turvy. And it's PRX again. Perfection with 3 standing. I'm so impressed with them so far, Josh.
That was a great read. They set that up so early into the round, and it's another round where
One
FUT
more
has that
round,
opening
PRX.
advantage. CNET getting that
2-4.
kill onto something, and then being able to keep that. It's not like they got instantly traded. Forsaken, though, just waiting in that tiles area, waiting for all the defenders to come out. They know, okay, defensive smoke comes into play. You send that wingman onto the spike for the defuse. Everyone's going to start putting the pressure onto main, not allowing any space to breathe. Forsaken's the backlines with the Rolling Thunder.
And now the earnest is on foot to do the same thing back to PRX that they did to them earlier on. A hero rifle with cracks, couple of sheriffs and a stinger.
If there's a round to do it, though, it's FUT on sheriffs. This is, I've seen it time and time again.
You're right.
I'm not going to talk about it any more than this. I don't want to jinx anything. It's just...
It has happened.
It's happened. It'd be a deja vu.
Would be, but very good work from our captain. Oh my god, and a headshot too. Okay, and now Krax is here. The hero's made his way towards the site with that rifle.
बारिश हो रही है बहुत
And maybe the curse can be activated with just the slightest of
Sorry.
references. Nah, it's all on you. It's crazy you hate them like this. But yeah, Forsaken and Mind Freak. Yeah, it's not impossible. None of the weapons got really recovered here. That's going to force them into an uncomfortable position. Mind Freak rewarded towards Cracks, a little TP, but 32 HP. Clearing through, though, that's going to be a good couple of kills. 3 already for him. Eyeing up his 4th, and it's all on Mind Freak now.
Ultimate.
30 seconds TP.
30 second
Descendant scattering.
TP
And he commits. Camera's still there.
Missed, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna get the plant. Where's he repositioned? They are both low
वाओ
HP.
यार क्या गेम हो रहा है गाइस
20
मजा आ रहा है देखने में यार बहुत बढ़िया गेम हो रहा है
Sitting
जल्दी
frames
से जुड़ जाओ
up
वीडियो को
32.
लाइक करो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो
But I like this. I didn't like how they were splitting up.
But now they have to make their choice.
They just have to be... Mr. Fallen's 11 HP. Yedajay's 20. Who do you send in first?
It's a bit of a Sophie's choice, isn't it? Refreshing the one way. No, gonna commit for a closer smoke here. Wait inside it. Hold his breath and see if he notes a player slipping on through. Time starting to dwindle. They gotta get a move on here. Stun comes in. He's gonna know where it's come from. Oh, Yedajay! Just hitting towards him in that smoke. They find it. The time, not close enough to be a problem. Diffuse is there, and they do it right back to him. Josh, I can't believe you brought this into effect.
I've seen it happen too many times.
Yeah.
I've seen it be able to be what FUT needs to get their foot in the door. I've said this line before, everything's deja vu, and they are a momentum-based team. So getting around like this, it's this next round after it. If they're able to pick up this next round, then they start running away with round after round after round. And nothing sets you up a little bit nice like that, except for that Stinger lineup, right?
Yeah.
At elbow, that set up the entire pace of everything.
Look, EMEA using Stingers, I get nervous. If it's an NA player,
Sure,
I'm like,
yeah.
easy. That's probably 3. But finding both was incredibly impressive. I had a captain doing very well there. Again, he was one of the main players on that site. I think it was a very late rotate or a later positioning from Cracks to come back over. He was kind of soloing deeper towards elbow. So for him to find both, very impressive. FUT going to pump the brakes, so this is their timeout. And I think you were right in highlighting the value of that round then has to be kind of reciprocated going forward. It can't just end at that one-off. Can they string this together? Has there been enough seen? Already you can see guys, they're really going through it, having a chat with the boys. Very animated as a coach as well. We kind of have this on both sides as well for Alex too. So this will be quite a fun one.
Imagine calling a timeout after you win a round.
I mean, it's a very FUT-esque thing, isn't it? Right? It just kind of like highlights what they need to do going forward, because I still think, apart from that round, it was 2 back-to-back for PRX.
Yes.
Right? These were very good, strung together rounds, clean enough. They had a good grip on the game.
We've been here before, though. I can vividly remember just line by line talking about how FUT was in so much control, and then when they played it slow and forced the other team to play their game, they were chilling, but then, you know, they get that lead, and then they start going CNET down mid, CNET push B main, they start losing the rounds. Have they learned from all those mistakes in that second stage of the EMEA split? Have they fixed those things? Because that's where they need to pull it out and make no more mistakes.
Right, it looks like a stun and gun here already. Mr. Fox, they're going quite deep on this. Wait, and look at CNET
down mid.
His positioning is everything. Teed up. Oh, denied! Something. It's gone. They've got to get away. This has all gone wrong. FUT are going to be scrambling on this one. You did not expect that shot to deny CNET. Left them just condemned in middle, and now they get an early man advantage, still above a minute, with so much util invested. Cosmetic stuns everywhere.
I mean, what did I just say, though?
I know.
And the saving grace here, though, is this is one of the rounds that FUT could actually win just because Yedajay is the player to defend a site right now. He's got his trips up. Not if this happens, though. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's an inch into the round. Op still up for Devi, but a 3 versus 3.
It's Devi on the operator as well. Keeping control of the back lines, allowing the 2 players still towards site to focus on CT and maybe that swing back in from short. Cracks and Yedajay getting a step closer. Still got Wingman and Mosh.
Showstopper, maybe?
Oh, there we go. First and second spotted. Timing, actually, hold on, not clean for Jing. And the slow eventual creep from Devi, but they are there in time. Working in unison, PRX right back to it. And you're right, you've kind of given me the nostalgia of what we were disliking about FUT at times when they overdid things. We got a little too aggressive when they played into it, and PRX looked very ready for that. Or, well, I say ready or not, it doesn't seem to matter, because something hit that shot, and that was it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, when that happens, it's kind of sad. It's, well, what can you do about it? It was a good play. That's what you are kind of thinking in your mind. But was it actually a good play? They called that timeout after they won on an eco round with those sheriffs. But now look at their economy. Was it really worth it? Sure, if you win that round, you can get another round under the belt. But if you lose it, this is the situation you put yourself in. Maybe that's what they need, though. 3 sheriffs and a Stinger. I've seen this before. And it's Cracks as well is going to be the first point of contact. I saw him with this Sheriff.
Oh, that paranoia. Hold on, wait a second. The catch is only 1. Cracks still alive. Jing sent the rocket, but it didn't work out. It's Forsaken out. The captain once again with a Stinger. Running and gunning and finding a body. Jing goes down and an upgrade gets found for CNET. Suddenly a 4v4, and they're surrounded on the site. Devi's got a lot of work on his shoulders, a lot of pressure there to make sure they don't get... That wasn't clean, but it's fine in the end. Mindfreak gonna find some security towards CT, focusing everyone back towards those other areas that could pose problems.
That elbow wall.
I feel like they might have done enough here. We'll see what Yedajay, CNET, and Nada Captain can do, but the position's already looking very secured. Forsaken just has to keep the flank safe, which he's going to be doing behind that wall. leaving the rest of PRX to focus on securing the site. The smoke goes up. Almost a pixel spotted above. Mind Freak good for 1 and a second. He's doing well this round. Oh! What is that? And now a 1v1.
No problem.
Time is against him, though. He knows it.
He got
He's
off
heard the
too early.
run. All of that for nothing turns into just tears in the rain for J. Another round for PRX here. And FUT, I mean, they got close that time, Josh, but close is not good enough now.
Close isn't good enough. They're trailing by 3 rounds right now on their defense side. Yes, they get to finally get an opt-out. Round 10, they have a couple of ultimates to work with, but FUT, they can't make these mistakes. They need to convert these man advantages they get, and PRX is doing such a good job. They don't even have a Sentinel really, like, yeah, sure, they got the Sage, but it's that wall that's being used to prevent flanks right now, and FUT's trying to go for these flanks.
Yeah.
It's just not working with that wall up.
PRX starting off with a look towards middle.
Extremity control for FUT, but PRX stole all of middle in the process.
Yeah. Finally get to see CNED with that operator, though, something that we were kind of holding to high standard. He didn't have a good game before, and another miss. But he's trying to maybe play in J, but they seem a little paranoid about it, a little bit worried about this. Does he get cleared? You better hope he does. That Dizzy doesn't find him, and he gets let loose! He thought last round was good. This one's just as impactful. 3 back-to-back.
Good flick.
Okay, did you miss the easy one, but you hit that, do you?
30 degree.
Apparently so. Something now in a 1v4. And you're seeing a real heat up here from J. You're seeing CNED starting to snap to attention. Something, this is very, very difficult for him. None of the util to bank on, so it is just the gun in hand, really. Making it costly may not really be his paramount focus. 6 to 3.
30 seconds left.
Looking like 4, quite likely for FUT. As they go towards market. Nice from something. And yeah, you put him on red alert suddenly. Not so confident. They backpedal away. 19 seconds, though. He hasn't got a lot of time to try and add doubts in their mind.
Do they use Thrash for this, though?
That's the question of respect. How much does it make him nervous? He's cleared
10
CT,
seconds left.
but he doesn't really have time for this. At bare minimum, Ada Captain can just wait. Yeah, ran too low on time. Give him maybe 20, 30 more seconds. Something could have happened. It wasn't to be, but J, what a start there for him.
This is the 2 things we highlighted for FUT before the game started. J, defense. CNED will hit op shots. He missed the first one, made us start guessing, but then hits the second, which is a big flick. This play, the bait setup, the teamwork coming in for FUT. That was a question I had in the back of my mind. Is FUT going to display anything even remotely close to the teamwork that G2 displayed when they played against PRX? And if FUT's able to replicate this type of bait and switch setups, then they have a really good chance here. PRX down to Bulldog, Sheriff, just everything. Whatever they can afford. And a fast opening towards B.
Yeah, Jing's right on in there. Stinger ready, locked and loaded. Plant's going to be coming through as well. That's secure. He wants in. He wants J, but J's been the man so
Let's
far. The flash
go.
up, he couldn't connect it. He couldn't gap close. And they're keeping each other secure. Some nice crossfires, some nice
This
setups here.
honey.
Fish denied. Ouch. That's upsetting. Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay. More of that. Give me a couple more. Couple more of those and we're getting back on. But already, CNED just going to...
Oh,
huh?
okay.
Okay. All right, a rocket or a pistol. It seems the pistol's better. Free gun, etc., etc. Mind Freak 1v4. Okay, not bad. Need 3 more of those, though, and time's starting to tick here, and the smoke was going to fade. Nice try. 3 still stand. They made it a little bit dangerous. Got a little bit dicey, but it was fine in the end.
We are now getting to the stage in the game. FUT did not get the pistol round. It's 5 to 6 already. If FUT tie this up 6-6, now I might have to switch the whole focus of everything. Start leaning on what does PRX need to do differently to break FUT. I do think when FUT gets onto their attack side in that second half and they get to set the tone, what does PRX have? Really, they don't have that Sentinel ability. They have that Sage Wall, but the pacing that FUT like to employ on that attack side is going to be really slow. So this last round is so important. Rez on the board, Thrash on the board for the attack, 1 off Rolling Thunder as well. This needs to be one round for PRX here. They need the 7th
Let's
round.
go PRX.
Similar beginnings.
चाहिए हमें ये राउंड. तू ही सेज खेल सकता है बस ऐसा.
Towards that A side, going to take a
E
little
for
space from this
V.
Jing. Seems to be considering,
E
or
for
at least doing his
V.
diligent look back. But this is a lot of
op
space.
line.
That's a lot of space. Look at the freedom it's given the other players.
No trips, that enables CNET to take all this space right now. Took the extremities, denied that Rolling Thunder for Forsaken. So now they have to decide, are we going to go for the A orb? Are we going to go for the B orb? We're going to go for no orbs. Here comes the Thrash through market. It's a stun on Mr.
Yeah. Fine on the loose.
Trouble here. Fortunately for him, Fish goes the wrong way and Jing goes in towards the side. So they have the players in the right place. The wall's going to slow down the rotation, but a catch on the cross. Mind Freak gives it right back to them with 2 big picks for himself. Plants there, Res comes in. Paranoia comes through. Rolling Thunder as well. It's going to get chaotic here. Jing, though, leans forward, tries to lean ahead, and gets denied by CNED. A 2v4, though. We're going to get a masterclass from this man. Maybe we will. But it's all on him now. In a 1v3, he's carved out the first
something, bacha, bahut badhiya shaba boy.
But still, PRX on the half are going to hold the advantage here. 7-5. The question I'll be asking you when we come back from the break is, will it be enough? A good performance from both sides. FUT coming out swinging. PRX still in the lead. But this series is far from over.
Baby, baby, tu to maane. Super power? Super power नहीं है मेरे पास. तो थानोस छोड़ दो. ना मैं थानोस हूँ, ना मैं आयरन मैन हूँ. कौन हूँ? कौन हूँ मैं? कौन हूँ? कौन हूँ मैं? भाई एक और से वॉचिंग आ रही है. चलो गाइस, बहुत बढ़िया हो रहा है जो भी दिखाई दे रहा है अभी हमें. जल्दी से PRX को सपोर्ट करो, जिताना है आज. एक कॉल ले लेता हूँ जब तक. PRX को सपोर्ट करने हैं आपको, आज सुन लो सब. PRX फुल सपोर्ट में आएगा आज.
You know, what those markers are, what those kind of KPIs were going to be, those win conditions. Is this a good enough performance in your mind from them thus far?
If FUT is able to go 1-1 for pistols here,
let's go let's go होता जा रहा है दिन पर दिन. Let's go पे जाए जा रहे हैं हम लोग. अब से let's go करने में लगे हुए हैं.
Just pace changes, these contact rounds, but the Sage Wall is the only real wall that they have to get past. And they can wait it out. They love to wait it out. And already, finding out the lane of least resistance by accident, contacting all the way through A here. It's going to be pretty much an open site. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake potentially. And it all comes down to how does PRX use those abilities? The slows, the wall, the stun. They have really good lockdown abilities. FUT needs to get into great post-plant positions. Get those crossfires going and don't allow PRX to even set up those utilities. Here comes the attack. Once they get that smoke off of, I mean, they have the smokes, they have the Gecko Flash, they have the stun. They're ready to just lock and load here. Maybe waiting for Yedajay to get a little bit closer, but here it comes.
Yeah, and Dizzy is doing work from afar. Notes even something that far away. Yeah,
Olympics.
That's wild. But still, we do have, shot from something.
Okay.
He was the closest player to this, but he was already sitting very, very deep. And it is going to be on that retake now. We're looking at the damage. See that
attack
22. And here comes all the util scramble. Something has to play it forward, the rest play it back. He's now a little bit isolated from the others, but they're back fighting together. And here comes all the chaos. Seeing it on one, Mindfreak on the trade. A little bit of pressure from Yetajay, but still it's on the side that they're struggling. FUT holding it down, and they just crumble. FUT did so well then, made it just a blender to come back through.
FUT understood the assignment. They knew this is what's going to happen. Slow's going to come in with a one-way smoke, lock out Yetajay from that A link, and then they're going to be able to just come in and just converge on the site. The counter utility was perfect. Traded out, and just nobody could advance from PRX. They were stunned. They were paranoid. They could not progress. And then they went into that blender. The Sage wall goes down. There's just crossfires from elbow, from sight, from A link. Nothing they could do. Great start for FUT.
Especially after having so many issues on their pistols previous. Whoa. Such audacious tries. I mean, and you may as well. You've got Sheriffs and Frenzies. Certainly not the worst idea in the world to try and make something happen, but they don't get the reward they wanted. So PRX will be left trailing over towards the A side. Maybe they can catch a player, but you're looking at really...
काफी जल्दी रोटेट है इन लोगों ने फास्ट रोटेशन
captain
as well.
There. You want to keep cracks up, seeing it
बहुत
up.
फास्ट
And obviously
रोटेशन
Yetajay with
बहुत
that out.
फास्ट है
So he is a little bit vulnerable here, Yetajay.
on
He's
Still good for
heard those
two.
Steps. Yeah, absolutely did. And he's a bit of a nasty player with this weapon. We've seen it during regular play in EMEA, and he's read it. He heard the steps earlier. Yeah. Oh. Thought he was on for another there, not to beat. Jing gonna get himself an outlaw. And the rest of it can be very hard to break through. You've got a lot of distance to cover with those, well, classics and now an outlaw. So, yeah, not much more probably to be seen here. Again, they can afford to lose one more play. You don't want much more than that. And again, the loss of the outlaw, it's not the end of the world, but still, they keep the Vandal and the Bulldog, which was the main part of the puzzle.
7-7 will be the scoreline. This is kind of where we were looking to see if FUT's able to get into this position. When do we start talking about what PRX needs to do in order to take FUT down? Everything has been so far on what does FUT need to do to get into the game, to get that lead, to be able to say to PRX, hey, we're not going to let you have your way. And right now, the first two opening rounds for FUT have been kind of quick towards A. Yeah. And it's not been met with like super hard resistance from PRX. It's now, I'm kind of wondering, does FUT kind of slow it down a little bit, feel out the rounds a little bit, find out what that setup is, where that Sage wall's going, or are they going to keep going quick?
It's their canvas. How do they paint it? A couple of options to begin with and a good start. The bonus looking relatively healthy. There he is again, making a name for himself, finding Divide. And that's a big gap.
बढ़ेगा गाइस ये मैच पे PRX को
You've got three players
सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं
isolated
बिल्कुल
towards A. It puts it all on the shoulders of Mindfreak, and the Dizzy's going to find him. He's surely screwed. Here he is.
My God.
Cleaned out. CNED's caught him. And the sights open. They're going to double check with the ult. But they've got what they want here. They couldn't ask for a better beginning.
Just save if you're PRX right now.
Surely.
Save the weapons into the next round, because right now, CNED, he's looking for blood.
Yeah,
and he's going to get it.
Yeah, drawing more than just one. He's going to find 2 kills in this round, and he's secured the entirety of CT. If they were considering saving before, now it's a must. You got something, and Jing just wanted to keep the weapons that they have. And I think this is the turning point. Josh, we're discussing when do we start looking at from what does PRX need to do. This is now that moment. Losing out on a bonus kind of in this situation isn't what you want to be seeing. It was a healthy purchase for FUT, to be fair. It was a very strong bonus. But still, that first gun round can really kind of set you up for the rest of the series, or at least in the map. So from PRX perspective here, as they try to keep these weapons in hand, they might get a bit of a challenge. So we'll keep that kind of ticking over. But in your mind, that's a loss there. Yeah, something better try and keep hold of that Vandal as tightly as he can. What does PRX now need to do? This has become a bit of a situation. We see a timeout potentially. I can imagine that's probably but in your mind, what would you like to see the adjustments be?
If not this round coming up, then the next round PRX is probably going to take that time out, talk about what they need to do. FUT really only have 2 main openings they do. They do the 2-1-2 split like we just saw in this round, where CNED as Raze and Krax as Gecko kind of work towards that B main area, push it back.
यार lead round में हम लोग lead पे थे.
If it's free, and then
जब
they have
हमने
a captain sit
first
with
half
Mr.
complete
Fallen
करा
towards
और
that A
second
side
half में हम lead पे नहीं
kind
हैं.
of locking down that, or
हम बिछड़ रहे हैं.
about being able to
सपोर्ट करो यार, वीडियो
whenever
को
they
लाइक
need
करो,
to.
जल्दी से
It's
सब्सक्राइब
on
करो यार,
PRX right
PRX को
now.
सपोर्ट करो यार,
My
कैसी
opinion,
बातें कर रहे
they
हो?
need to just stay calm. Can't let that happen. Can't let the emotions get to them.
Don't worry about Alex.
Let FUT get to a point where they kind
ले
of
भाई
start
टाइम
making
आउट लो
mistakes
समथिंग
with
भाई
what
जागो
they
आज
do.
घर चले जाना पड़ेगा जागो थोड़ा जागो भाई जागो ग्राहक
They've been punished time and time again. PRX, if they're able to start punishing
जाग लो
FUT
भाई
starts making
ये
these
क्यूटी पाई से चेहरे
overextensions, that's
बदलो
when
जोश
the
लाओ अपने
momentum's gonna
अंदर
break, and that's when PRX is going to start getting the rounds back into their pockets. Right now, it's going to be difficult to get to that point. The stylistic matchup in terms of how
पहला
the
मैच
teams
तो
approach the game, and
ऐसे ही
then
था
also
भाई
when we look at the
वाइटैलिटी
regions
और उसका
on the teams, I don't know
टैलेंट
how
का
much
टैलेंट
how
बाहर
many
हो
reps
गई
they
है
have
सही
against a
है
style
अच्छी
that
बात
FUT's
है
doing
एक टीम
with this
बाहर
agent
हुई
composition, and they're running a composition that doesn't have Cypher. You don't have those cameras, you don't have those tripwires. It's
ये
going to be
ट्रॉफी
very
में
difficult
उठते
to
देखना चाहता हूँ
actually
भाई
defend a lot of situations, and it comes
तो
down to
उठाओ
how you're going to play your
पेपर
retakes.
प्लीज ये
And
ट्रॉफी
PRX is a team that likes to
फैन
be very
तुम्हारा
proactive,
फैन
but
बैठ रहा
when
है
you're
भाई
against this 2-1-2 very flexible
Yes.
start with the ability to pivot, and then you have Yedajay that's closing these rounds out, it's so hard. You have to thread the needle.
And the problem is they're going to come back in with a shaky purchase. Now, it's one of those where you feel that if Jing's in the right place, there's a real chance, and he's going to commit on the angle, but the paranoia are going to dissuade him from continuing down that avenue. So a little bit of an exchange of util.
आज ड्यूलिस्ट में थोड़ा चेंजेस हैं
Try and play Jing in. He's fallen here.
काफी चेंजेस हैं आज
An
ड्यूलिस्ट में
attempt made, but it doesn't work out. And the rest do have sheriffs, but he was the one with the Vandal. He was the one to try and shoulder all that
अगली
responsibility.
पिक जब जाती है ना तो
FUT
यही
happy to
सब
just
होता है
take this.
ब्रो
I'll just stand there and go, okay, but at least they're going to pick up that Vandal, take it back through. But already man advantage, above a minute. This isn't how
हील
PRX
दे भाई
would like
ब्रीच
to
को
have started this
थोड़ा
round.
हील कर बहुत बढ़िया
A-Link players were walking, but the other players in that CT spawn were running. I wonder if Yedajay heard all that information, places that pressure towards
ये लोग
market,
बी क्यों
towards
चले
with that
गए
smoke.
वो लोग
Now
बी
they
क्यों
come
चले
back
गए
out
सेव
towards
करने
a 5 versus 4. They spotted heavy defense by PRX. PRX thought, hey, they're going to go back to B. Guess what? FUT, they played it right. They like to let the round simmer in those mid rounds.
भाई ये क्या
They get onto a free site, 5 versus 4.
भाई ये
They've got the
चारों
weapons.
बंदे बी क्यों गए
And depending on
अरे
who gets
समझ
these last
नहीं आया
kills, it's definitely going to be seen at looking for
कोई
them
तो रुक
to get
सकता था
closer to
यहाँ
that
पे
showstopper for the next round, just to spiral, snowball with that momentum.
Spot on, 2 away for CNED. So already, they'll be chomping at the bit for that. And PRX are at the door, knocking. But with those sheriffs, you're looking at something to be the instigator, the main man.
Paranoia as well needs to be huge for Mind Freak.
But the utility's still in play. You still got a Dizzy there for cracks as well. There it is, sent through. Does it catch something? No, but CNED considering it.
Nice shot, something.
Opening.
Good job boys
Out of time, it's getting too late in the day. Those shots were fantastic. A valiant attempt, but you've got to feel the time just not on their side, and eventually that final line swings in, and FUT, they'll go down with the ship, but that's fine. 9 rounds for them, and this is the round you got to hope PRX was trying to prepare for.
Made it expensive for FUT, but FUT has lots of money. They also denied Cena the ability to get that showstopper. He needs to get an ultimate orb or a kill now if he wants to be able to use it on this round. But both teams so very close to multiple ultimates coming online. This could be a very easy comeback for PRX to swing it back in their favor. It's not going to be, I mean, I just say that it's going to be easy. They need to break FUT's money, and they have probably 2 more buys in a row. If PRX ties it up 9-9, it's still another gun round.
And it's getting to those linchpin rounds, though, isn't it? It's really starting to see the full weight of it. Early exchange again over towards A main. Something hopefully not becoming readable here. No, noted at least by the cam. Is going to take down, send Wingman in to clear the angle, allow Forsaken to try and play with this a touch, but got to be careful. Knife's edge. Doubling up towards elbow. Okay, a little bit of a setup here.
Firing squad.
Yeah, both of them trying to play off each other, but deciding against it and opting to slip back a little bit deeper. They're having to rescind, give up some of this.
Jing's down mid. This timing on Yedajay is everything in this round.
Huge. Oh, the step
Shabash.
the man found. And now they speed up towards the side. CNED gonna just burst on in.
He's going.
Yeah, he's gonna go as far as he can. He might catch a, whoa, I got scared there. Easy, Tiger. All good in the end. Gonna post, he's secured them the site, but man up for PRX.
Good flash timing, maybe.
This could be nice. The timing on this is now going to get awkward. No, he can't get away from it. Mind Freak going to catch out a captain in the heels. CNED now puts his life on the line, going to try and swing through, catches Jin. Oh, the flash could have been perfect, but no. PRX still fighting forward. It's 2 left alive on the other side for FUT. Cracks this one. Oh, and then Crossfire kicks into play. Cracks looks back to the left. They know where these 2 players are now. Wingman sent, they try and look towards the right side, finding Divide, but they can't take him down. Time starting to tick. If it's to fall in down so low, wall goes up. He's desperately trying to break it. He doesn't have the bullets left in the mag. breaks the wall, but he can't take the player off. Whoa, down
What
to
a
the wire, but
round
they
by
live.
PRX. What
PRX
a
still in
round
this
by
series, claiming their
PRX.
first in the second half.
Ooh.
2 more times, PRX needs to do this to be able to break FUT. They'll tie it up with 1, but here, Yeduje getting caught in that back, that search from Jing down middle, wrapping that tiles area. This first kill
Massive.
opened this round up for PRX, and I don't think FUT is going to allow this to happen again. They're either going to go back to their 2-on-2 openings and just really make sure that they don't leave any gaps unattended, or Yeduje is going to change up how he approaches those lurks. He's going to change up how he gets either inserted, but here, I mean, Jing's just going straight in. Why not?
I mean, oh!
They heard the wall. They know something's up.
Look at them looking around,
They're
paranoid, worried, nervous. Yeah, he's backed away.
Showstopper off the back of it at the very least. Silver linings.
Sick. That's the most PRX thing. I love to see it. Brings you back to almost like those Pearl days, those situations. And I love the fact they tried to throw that in. In round 18, they've gone, screw it, let's run that. Let's see what we can do. Throw a spanner in the wrench from GB?
Something like that. They were trying to figure out that old chestnut, or I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
But right back into B main, FUT goes. They realize, hey, that's no Sage wall. That's no retake wall. Yeduje spots him as well. He's going to live. He's got that op as well. Normally, we see that on CNET.
Nice little timing on the slow, though. Wow, the trade. Yeah, Forsaken goes down, but it's 1-for-1. You still have the fish ult with something. You still got Jing with his ult as well. It's all about timing now. When he decides to go, that's a player spotted. Bye-bye, CNED. Just left eviscerated. Spike loose on the site, and they try and backfill the space. Look at Devi's positioning, taking all of that real estate away. This is lovely. They stalled them out here, 20 seconds. Back to the wall, VALORANT for FUT, and they don't have other options. They're trying to drift out of Captain away, but it feels like this round's a loss. Keep the rifles, keep the weapons. You're getting nothing more. What a fantastic start from PRX in that round. I love that. Getting creative in these moments.
That was a good time to use it as well. The op recovered out of Captain once they lost those 2 players, 3 versus 5, whatever the situation was. Okay, I'm going to go 3 versus 4. Yeah, 20 seconds left. I'm going to go get that op, guys. Try to stay alive. They lost another player in the process, but 9-9. We're seeing an op up on the attack side here. The Rolling Thunder is activated. We're going to see a res, and Forsaken's 2 off his Rolling Thunder. So FUT, call that timeout. They need to talk about what's going on. They had that free birth of a few rounds, but now Yeduje is the first to take first contact on a couple of these rounds. Proactivity from PRX, moving around the map, trying to find out where they can find any sort of openings right now. FUT need to be better at dealing with that.
Yeah.
Almost caught by the Sage Wall, that boost up in B main, but finally caught at middle. Right now, it's on any...
It's anyone's game.
It's anyone's game.
Yeah, this is the turning point.
Yep.
The timeout obviously going to be from FUT side, but it does mean that both sides can check in. So it's not like it's just going to be a one-man show, but yeah, this is what we wanted from this series. I think a lot of us saw a really close game between these two. This map was a little scary because of the record. You look historically how good PRX have been, and FUT recently, as of late, it hasn't been their best. It's still been a good map, but they've been playing specialists. You look at Heretics, you're looking at some of the teams out in EMEA who've been very solid at this. They suffered losses to them, fair enough, but still, pound for pound, it was a scary, scary map to start on. We're starting to see the fight back from PRX, though. The gap is now closed. What does FUT have to show us? Do they have something up their sleeve? A little one-off round, maybe a little set piece to run us? Because they've got to buy here, but that money's starting to run low now, Josh.
I do wonder if off the back of that timeout from FUT, does PRX do something a little bit different? Do they go aggressive again? They've been finding those openings, or do they try to do something different, a little bit slower, let FUT make the first play?
Yeah, there's been a hail of bullets over towards this side. Both normally willing to really scrap for this space, but look how far they're searching.
That's Forsaken getting his orb. I think he's 1 off. That's 1 kill away from his Rolling Thunder. Would be huge.
Right there.
But Devi and Mindfreak have to be so on the money. They cannot drop the ball here.
The whole plan from PRX right now, let FUT take that site. Let them get that spike planted. The flank's going to come into play.
Lovely slow. The timing on this is great. It's just buying time.
Yep.
Look at the flank. the pack of players, the three of them searching, but you still need to see the two in CT stay safe. Yetajay is going to take down Jing. They now know about the flank. They know what's coming their way, and this is a battle on two fronts. Firstly, starting in market, Mr. Fallen in the way. Trade off of utility, and in we go. Something takes the first couple of steps forward. They're denied in CT for now. A little bit of an exchange of space there as well. They're all going to secure CT for FUT. They're going to make sure they've got time, or at least maybe a little bit of safety to play into, because market is no longer theirs. PRX needs to start taking that space back here.
They don't know where to do it from, though.
And the first real blood drawn is traded out instantly. Here comes the pressure, and a captain trying to survive takes away Divide. A 2v3, and they're falling like flies. FUT finds stability in an incredibly chaotic moment there. Pressure through market, pressure on CT. A little bit of everything thrown into the mix there, but it didn't work out for PRX with that hunting squad going through.
This is the last chance for PRX to be able to get this round, stop the bleeding, and stop the advancement from FUT here. Right now, it's looking like FUT's going to pick up this first map, and we're going to be looking at Bind, where PRX needs to close that out if they want to see a third map, because right now, FUT is in full control. They have that op still out, and PRX, they're kind of running out of ideas at the moment. FUT doing such a good job with their teamwork, with the pacing, and they're closing out the rounds. These are things that they weren't able to do against EDG.
Forsaken. You're living such a... Oh! Just keep going! Keep going! I don't even care. I know it's an overheat, but keep going. And they're pressuring everything. It's a PRX round, right? We're down. We're, you know, feeling the pressure. Back to all. Run at them. Hit 2 shots with the Sheriff. Why not? It works.
That body's not resable, though. It's going to be a 4-3 in the favor of PRX. Guns up for everyone. Everyone's on a Vandal.
Yes.
But stun for Mr. Fallen as well.
Okay, so the back lines are still secured. They still have the Cypher up in the form of Yetajay, who's been monstrous, keep in mind.
Slow smoke for elbow, all that fun stuff.
They can buy time here. And they're going to look to focus towards elbow. CT is where it looks like PRX are trying to mount the retake from. Already Yetajay turns, right place, right time with a shot. Eventually comes through from cracks. No trade on this. No next layer of pressure. Sits towards the box, the time starts to dwindle. Jing goes down. These are individual attempts. Where's the swing off the back? Divine now comes around. Too late in the day. As Mind Freak in a 1v3, running out of time, running out of chances. A nice attempt, but it was too little too late. FUT again. Up to 11 here. A valiant attempt from PRX, but not enough.
Not enough indeed. That is the last timeout going to be burned from PRX. They need to be able to pull something out right now. They need to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
A little bit of that PRX magic.
Yeah. They do have that res, so aggression is still on the table. But what right now, I'm looking at how FUT is closing out these rounds. They were down a player. They got that hat info. They got into A. I love how they're dealing with these retakes from PRX. They're moving together. First, okay, we're going to push back A-Link. We use the wingman to clear out the close. We use the mosh, create a little bit of buffer space for us. Now, as soon as we do that, we pivot back and we start fighting spawn. Yep. And we fight from elbow, we fight from sight, and we get that crossfire. And once they did those moves together in tandem, that's when I knew this is the FUT that we know of. This is the FUT that got here. Yeah, yes. This is the FUT that they can be. This is the FUT that got them here in the first place. And this is the FUT that is scary to play against. PRX, I mean, it's a best of 3 for a reason. Sunset is one of the better maps. The desk was pointing it out. 15-3 on this map, 7-map, win streak.
Yes.
Is this the break to it? But this is also no joke from FUT. They're picking this map for a reason. It's one of their stronger maps.
They're really hitting their peak at the right time, it looks like. They've kind of come into this. The second half has been formidable from FUT. Honestly, this has been a very high-class level of game. And I'm going to be honest, you don't get easy games against PRX either. Even in just the smallest factor of mechanically how good they are, you don't get an easy matchup. They're a very hard team to face. But right now, as you highlighted, as we said, FUT have come in, firing on all cylinders. Now, PRX still have a small purchase here. It's far from what they'd want. You've got a Guardian Stinger, and actually another Guardian as well, and a Sheriff to round it out with something. Rez is still in play. You saw how close it got in that last round with those 2 Sheriff shots that gave them that opportunity. Patience being displayed by FUT now.
The 2-1-2 opening. CNED cracks, taking control of B main, sniffing out what the setup is. Yetajay with that deep line, his outlaw in middle. We've seen this time and time again, just controlling those angles, those peaks. I think FUT has a pretty good idea of what the setup is here. That it's going to be a heavy stack towards A with 3 players in a crossfire. That's usually what this sort of setup means if you're passive on B. No real trap potential. No trigger, no camera to set it up on B, and here it is at A. This is the
Swing.
fight.
And so far a trade, not a complete miss from either side.
But that's the smokes down for the attackers. That means that they need to be able to do a split here to end the round. If they go straight up through a main, it's going to be deadly for them.
They've got
Rez, not going to be in play.
No, but it's going to be the fish ult that could be a big difference maker as well. They can at least clear out the site, allow them some safety for the cross, but they've got to follow it up and feel brave to do so. CNED, the one to feel bold enough. Oh, the timing on taking out the pain shell. He's going to do okay. He's going to try and secure CT. The one-man army so far, allowing that plant to come in and keeping down the numbers for PRX.
That one's Resable. FUT need to stay ahead of this. They can't fall back into B main here. The wall is still in play. The res is still in play. Is this the undoing of them?
It could be. Do they get punished on it? Devi waiting for this time.
Stun as well for Forsaken.
Yeah, there's the wall, there's Wingman, what do they have? Oh, it's so good! This is great,
Under the
PRX!
nose.
This is the lifeline! This is the thing that could save them here, PRX!
Oh my
still
god,
alive,
what
still
a
kicking.
fucking wall
And a
that is.
mistake from FUT
क्या
when it
ball
mattered
करी है
most.
bro.
These are things that we've highlighted. FUT making mistakes we talked about. We said how good they've been doing in these post plants, about converting these rounds.
भाई
about
ये
how
round
this is
difference
the
बना है
FUT
इस
that
match
we
का.
came to expect,
ये round
the one that
difference बनेगा इस
got
match
here in the
का.
first place. And then what do they
ये
do
prediction
right
है
after we
अपनी
say
team
that?
की.
They fall back into
ये
B main.
match
They know all these things are on the
जीत रही
board
है PRX.
and play. They have the wingman for the defuse. They have that wall to defuse behind. They have the stuns up.
तैयार हो जाओ ये match
They had,
जीत
they
रही
had
है
all these
PRX.
things. I thought for sure FUT's going to stay up ahead like they did it on A.
Oh, Jing
Down
is
middle,
flying
Jing.
down the map. Dizzy sent, they've got no idea! And Jing just causing headaches. This man is just mad. And he's got backup too. It's not an individual effort. There were others with him. You had Forsaken coming down as well. Devi with that operator. The cross going to be hard again. Out of captain. Now removed. Means they don't have those smokes here. They don't have that ult with cracks to try and get them on the site. Is this the point where FUT falter?
जिंग ने जो किया वो जरूरी था उस राउंड बहुत जरूरी था जाना जरूरी
Is
था
trying to carve away on the A side, already exploring up towards elbow. But the quiet, the peace and quiet is going to be so loud in the minds of PRX. Where have they gone? What are they doing?
One of these orbs is either going to go onto the breach or onto the raise if the A orb's still there, but it doesn't seem like it is. It's all on. Yetterjay needs to live. He needs to close this round out for the team. Let the other guys go first here. CNED in.
Mind Freak, does he live? Takes the TP out, spotted in the end, but it looks like you're gonna see that plant coming in a second. Cautious steps being made in a pre-take by PRX. They're already starting to come on in. Forsaken goes head first, but it's Mr. Fallen to find it. PRX putting up numbers. Mr. Fallen and Cracks, though, still alive in a 2v3. 25 seconds of the plant just to be considered now. Devi with the operator and the res. Two rifles with the others.
What, the timing? Huh?
All
Look behind you.
through CT. Mind Freak slips ahead. They annoy. Oh, it's so clean. PRX never down, never out. Back
one more round for PRX 11 is
11,
gone babe
Do it.
They've already made their wish.
They have.
They've already made it.
You're right. Oh.
This is the FUT. PRX, they're going to steal this away from them right under their nose, and it comes back to that round on an eco or
जितना
like some
इनको दूर
low
रखना
economy
चाहोगे
high.
ये उतना अटैक करेंगे तुम्हारे
Themselves
ऊपर
again.
उतना
We've seen
जीतने
it
की
before.
कोशिश
No
करेंगे
more
तुम्हारे
timeouts.
ऊपर
No more
तो
chances for
तुम
mistakes.
कोशिश हट
Right
करने
here,
की
next
को
team to win a round secures overtime.
But I've seen PRX before. I've seen FUT before. Both of these teams have known the highs and lows, how bittersweet it can taste. And already they are so close in this. This is not
Firing squad at middle.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh!
My
the
God.
showstopper too.
Good match.
So cruel! CNED left in pieces. They didn't see it coming. And a quick approach through market, the wall goes in. You don't get anywhere fast here. Just icing them out of the round, and PRX starting to come alive here, but I'm scared though. It's still not over. FUT can still be dangerous, but Devi doesn't care. He's feeling confident. He's got Forsaken, he's got Mind Freak, he's got them all!
That's
He
it.
made it to 12! PRX finally getting back in the lead here, and FUT held on 11.
They waited patiently for FUT to make that mistake to
क्या
slip
बोलूं मैं?
up.
ये
And once
prediction
that
थी वो
happened,
match
PRX swung it
एक
around. They're
round
in the
ने
lead. They
decide किया
secured that overtime.
वो
They're going
ball
to
ने
steal away
decide किया
FUT's map pick
वो
here.
मैप
Showstopper
एक
still available
ball
for
ने
the
decide
attackers.
किया
Res still in play, but not even needed. Also, Forsaken's one off his ultimate. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to secure that for him early and use that on a flank if FUT is able to get into a site and get a plant down. But they're op up for Divide. It's very oppressive right now. But they're like, we're going slow here.
Yeah.
Omen ultimate.
Jay had been deadly up middle, so a lovely little bit of revenge there for PRX.
It's 2 rounds in a row. PRX was waiting for this mid. First round it's CNED, this round it's Yetajay. The 2 big hitters for this team. 5 versus 4 again. CNED equalizes.
Back. Here we go, and he's going to take space. If CNED has to step up, take on the mantle of being the big man himself, he will. He's already on 21. He's having a good game. Trying to secure CT to give safety to the plant. The res going to come in. The paint shell goes over. That could be a little scary. Keep an eye. Any of the damage done? No, they're fine. But it looks like a refight. FUT won the brawl. They won the fight himself. And now this is where it gets dangerous. Jing clearing house. He wants this done. He wants map 1, and he might just get it. It's all down to Mr. Fallen, and he can't do enough. PRX
win the first fucking match.
Jaws of death. 13-11. That is the
बोला था भाई ये एक राउंड जो बॉल की वजह से जीते हैं हम
so
लोग.
poetic the ways that we laid it
decide
out,
करा है
everything
ये
was
match.
making sense, and it happened in the last couple of rounds. PRX stealing it away.
Go nowhere. Bind is coming up next. This series is an absolute heater.
There. Let's go guys, let's go. ऐसे होते हैं मैचेस, ऐसे होते हैं VCT के बेस्ट मैचेस. तो बने रहो यार, लाइक सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को, जल्दी से कर दो यार. रेड बुल गिव यू स्विंग. एक सेकंड दो मुझे, मैं सेटअप डाल दूं, इसके बाद हम बिल्कुल परफेक्ट हो जाएंगे. अब एक्चुअली में पता ही नहीं है कि हमारा क्या रहा है ना. उसको पहले कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं. Hey biceps, it is just second. Hey biceps, it is just second. Hey biceps, it is just second. Hey biceps, it is just second. Hey biceps. अरे बाबा रे बाबा, अरे बाबा रे बाबा. ये क्या था? अरे मेरी आवाज क्यों गूंज रही है? अभी सही है.
What an exciting start that was to the series.
What
I'm now
an
joined by the
exciting
head coach
start,
of PRX, Alex. Now, Alex, that round 21 device stage for
आज तो
defuse
खुश
was
है बेटे
beautiful, and it really felt
तेरी
like a
वजह से
turning
लड़के
point for
जीत
you
रहे हैं
guys.
आज
So talk me through what was
खुश
going
रह
through your
खुश
mind when you saw that, and
जीतेंगे
how
आज
proud are you of the fact that your boys managed to actually clinch that out in the end?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud, obviously. It looked like they were running, FUT was going to run away with it because we were too individual. So the fact that they managed to combine at the moment, I'm very happy about it. Yeah, it was a turning point, I think. Yeah, you know, when you lose like that, a round like that, it can really break you. I think that's what happened to FUT. So I hope that we keep this momentum up.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you very much, and best of luck on map 2.
And what can only be described as one of the most exciting matches here in Champions Seoul. FUT and PRX brought it on Sunset. But let's start from the absolute beginning, because Mimi, I mean, we were seeing some great ideas across the board from PRX.
एक राउंड ने ये मैप डिसाइड करा है और वो है वो वॉल इस बात को मानो या ना मानो वो वॉल ने ये मैप डिसाइड किया है वॉल अगर नहीं होती ये मैप नहीं जीत सकते थे सेज ने ये मैप डिसाइड किया है
segmenting off the retake with the wall absolutely coaxed them. And I think this was the story of the first few rounds. Slow arms on the execute, stopping FUT from flood defending, and PRX winning out in the post plants with those walls to disrupt timings. But honestly, FUT, I think, found some great solutions towards the end of that first half.
Yeah. They were finding gaps. They were finding opportunities to really get in there and make an impact.
Yeah, they were playing together, and it was off of the back of the anchoring from Yedeje, who had a phenomenal map, honestly. And now we're seeing why FUT picked this map into PRX. The game plan on attack was phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is disheartening, because if you're a FUT fan, and for the FUT boys in general, because there were a point in time, Mimi, where I really did feel like FUT were starting to run away with this.
I think they were in control until some of those crucial rounds in the second half. It's another game where FUT is leading in the first kills. Yedeje, who you mentioned, CNET as well, both having great maps. But I think it came down to these PRX retakes, that wall round that Yunsu was talking to Alex about in the interview, and also some of the excellent reads towards the end of the game. The round where they're just spamming people down in mid, getting the opening kills there. PRX really locked in with some fantastic adaptation to close out this map.
And another thing, too, to point in mind, we were talking about this while we were watching a game, right? We were seeing way too many times PRX were just running as individuals. Alex even mentioned himself.
Yes.
That like, PRX is at its best when they deathball. When they get together and they shoot together.
And it's the same story for FUT as well. That's what started the comeback on the defensive side. They were playing retake all together, going in together. And even in the post plants on their attacking half, there was a lot of disruption that they were trying to do, but it wasn't alone. It wasn't solo warriors. It was utility, breach utility in the post plant, and taking the fight to PRX, because they know if they let PRX set up that retake and give them the spacing that they want, it's going to be nearly impossible when you got shooters like that.
But there was one player, though, that you did talk about, and that leads us to our Verizon high-speed moment. You got Yesterday with the 3K, and honestly, you could have picked a variety of rounds from Yesterday in this one. This one, though, was quite nice. He had a brilliant setup on the side. He had his teammates there to back him up, and even though he does get picked off, the job was done. He gets 3 for value, absolute thing of beauty, and
he's like controlling his spray so perfectly on that third kill.
He was the X factor for them in that map, honestly. He was constantly in the kill feed, Mimi. It was unreal.
Even with the attack operator, I mean, there's limited info on the side of PRX on their defensive side. Steel said that on the cast, and that's why he was opping. He had the outlaw first 2 rounds after the pistol. Then he was opping already, third, fourth round, and he got so many first bloods doing so.
Absolutely. But we talked a lot about this Sage comp already. Dre, I know that you were earlier in your Valorant career inspired by PRX's own fundamentals from this comp, because they've played stuff like this before. It's their bread and butter.
Yeah, so we copied their composition. They used to run this stuff on Haven, and that's when Fade was really OP. So yeah, all you do is you wall in, you nade one side, you get the spike planted, you have stuff for post plant with the breach utility, and it's great. It's a really good game plan to go into it, and it's cool that they're bringing stuff from like 2-3 years ago and implementing it now in 2024 at Champs.
Yeah, and it's so cool that they have like these really simple ideas, but they just execute on stuff really well. That's PRX.
Yeah, indeed it is. It was a bit of a disheartening loss, though, for sure, for the boys on FUT. So let's go ahead and see what Coach Gaius has to say as we get ready for map 2.
I'm now joined by Coach Gaius from FUT and Scarlett to do some translations ahead of the next map. Now, I know you must be very disappointed with the way
अरे भाई PRX जीतेगी यार, कौन जीत रहा है यार? कैसी बात होती है भाई? PRX जीतेगी. Support करो, प्यार दिखाओ अपना. जल्दी support करो यार.
Öncelikle
Thank you so much for watching my stream.
mağlubiyetten ötürü
Subscribe
hayal kırıklığına sahip olduğunu biliyorum. Maç arasında şu anda takımdakilere, oyunculara neler söyledin ki sonraki maça hazırlanabilsinler, mentallerini toparlayabilsinler? Ne konuştunuz içeride?
13-0 yesek bile geri çekilmeyin. İkinci map'te www.
Even if we get 13-0, don't fall back, don't step on the brakes. Just www, press W.
Oh, against W Gaming, I like it. Thank you very much, guys, and best of luck on map 2.
For the guys being known for W Gaming taking the fight to their opponents, it is quite refreshing to hear FUT, a team that is a little bit more, that has been known to be a bit more stoic at times, and maybe a bit inflexible, as we were talking about before, actually adopt that. And you were seeing it there. I mean, Baby, you were talking about it many times. FUT were being proactive, they were being in their face, they were not trying to let PRX get in.
Yeah, and if they don't get eco, they probably win this map. I mean, let's just keep it a buck,
real talk,
right?
Bro,
it is
real
what
talk.
it is. But you got to be careful with the W Gaming against W Gaming.
Yeah.
Because if you overextend, you're going to get punished. You're going to get sat down. You're going to give chances for PRX on a light buy to do things to you like that.
And this is the map where I think PRX go back to the more classic PRX style people are familiar with. They were previously playing their Harbor Reyna Raze composition, where they had these really creative attack side executes with that Harbor pathing in unique ways. Recently in Pacific, they've gone back to playing the Yoru on this map, which they did years ago, before it was cool, and are back to trying that stuff out. And always, I think the pinnacle of PRX on this map is a variety of looks for executes on their attacking side, and just really solid team play on these executes. And PRX is doing none of that. They're playing the meta 100 Thieves comp. I'm a little surprised.
Squads. Yeah. That is very, very surprising.
But
And I'm just wondering if maybe that's not their identity. Maybe that's not a good thing for them.
It's a new
Fine है ना
PRX.
तो दो कंट्रोलर्स तो चाहिए रहेंगे
For the PRX boys.
कोई
But, I mean,
सेंटिनल्स
what
नहीं
this
है
tells me,
टीम
though, is
में
that
एक
PRX at the very
इनिशिएटर
least,
दो
they know the pressure's
कंट्रोलर
on.
है
They gotta
नेक्स्ट
take this one seriously. They can't take these risks.
Absolutely. Everyone's playing this comp for a reason. It is good. But both these teams have to lock in for their execution. They both have aspirations of making it deep in playoffs. They've done it before. FUT had their breakout last champions, and PRX put an end to that. If they can do it again here on Bind, they get to stay alive, have a chance to escape groups.
You can see the pressure. You can see the moment is settling there for Mind Freak. And as all the players start to get ready, this is it. Can PRX close it out? Or will we go to a map 3? Let's send it back over to Pansy and Steel.
That is the big question, isn't it? Are we going the distance, or does PRX with this slightly adjusted comp have what it takes? Josh, where does your mind go when you see these adjustments to the more traditional, I guess, 2024 comp coming out here for someone like PRX?
It's a really well-rounded composition. It lets you do many things. You can get a lot of space taken with the fade, with the gecko, getting those initiators involved. The Raze obviously is just a staple on this map, and then the double controller helps both sides really with dicing up the map, helping with the retakes, and Bind essentially comes down to that. It's basically find out where the weaker side is, hit it, and then it's the retake for the other team. Right now though, PRX, 4 people short A. Not confirmed info from FUT, just knowing that there's someone there, but how many? Working up towards that hookah area. That B site is exposed right now. The timing is everything. If they are caught out, that Brim Smoke, that's the attacker side Brim Smoke, just to take this control.
And Devi, the one who's got the Sheriff no armor, everyone else has the light shields and just the classics.
Haunt gets info, and a big 4-man TP could be the difference maker here. Does Cracks catch them?
I mean, he can only keep them present for so long, right? Like, surely... No, they're not going for the TP.
No paint shells for the defenders. Like, it's too hard to get through that, but it might be a 5 versus 5 retake here. The smokes are going to come down in a second, surely.
Device playing forward, though. I'm looking how close he gets to this. He was leaning forward in CT.
Oh,
you can see why. Has a line towards out of Captain. Just going to spam through the smoke, and it works. Footer on the side, but look at the pre-take. Look at the absolute prelude to chaos we've got going on here. PRX. I mean, yeah, you spotted him, Cracks, but you got to find all 5. Not going to happen. And the hit squad makes it to the site.
An almost flawless pistol round for PRX. That defensive smoke coming out into the front of the site as well. The timing was everything. FUT maybe a little bit too slow on their approach there. Getting that information from Cracks at short A, and still all of the defenders are able to move through lamps, through spawn, and get out that choke point at B before anybody from attack is basically out on the site. That's just not good enough for FUT. Maybe they're looking at that last map. Oh, we let that get away. We can't make any mistakes. And now, are they playing, instead of playing to win, they're playing not to lose, and their slow approach is what's going to catch them?
And that is a worry, isn't it? The impact of that previous map. There's something to be said about close losses, how they hurt even more than just the clear-cut one-way affairs. And that one might sting. Already, something showing off where that Vandal may be. There are 2 Bulldogs to supplement, and just the Spectre and the Sheriff to round out. On the other side, purely classics. So,
you know.
Oh, the
That's a big
C-stage!
combo.
You already
Yeah,
know.
if they swing this,
Oh,
yeah, they are so weak. And yeah, comfortable in the end. Get the round done. 4 staying alive. No loss of weaponry. They're happy.
You know what's interesting, though?
Chupanan.
Foot is a huge Spectre and, well, not Spectre, sorry.
Stinger.
Sheriff and
Sheriff,
maybe
yeah.
Stinger team. Right there, 5 classics. They're playing all in for this round 3. They have heavy shields on 4 players, only light shields on 1. They've got their Vandals and their Phantoms up. They're playing for this round. PRX, 2 Vandals only, 2 Bulldogs and a Spectre here. So this is going to be a big test for FUT to be able to, again, like they did on this last map, set the tone.
Potentially an aggressive start here. I say potentially, absolutely is. Jing flying down the map, but it's Mind Freak to be rewarded first, and the follow-up found for him too. They are asserting dominance. This is just chaos personified, but in the most perfectly executed way. They have,
In the smoke.
yeah, they have everything they need here. And the captain falls up.
भाई
It's
full
just
attack
perfect.
करके मार रहे हैं बे.
PRX, they look so good at this. The aggression, just profound. As Yedajay, you were monstrous on map 1, but now you're surrounded on basically all fronts. The spike couldn't be deeper in enemy control, but he can't isolate
Nice
the fight. It's
something.
3 clear-cut rounds, and I'm worried about FUT's mental here. I'm worried they're getting boomed. If you can't stop the roll, if you can't stop the aggression and handle how PRX play, you will be just blown asunder.
If they can't get even 3 kills on this round, yes, they've got Sheriffs, yes, they got a Stinger. If they can't make something happen where they get even just a few kills, I think round 5 timeout, talk about what's going on. Because right now, PRX, they started out 4 players on A on pistol, and here they did a 4-man B play where they're leaving Viper on an island on their lonesome.
Yep.
1 time at B, 1 time on A. PRX really active. FUT need to identify that as soon as possible if they want to have a chance. Otherwise,
My
oh,
God,
man,
something.
They're getting nothing.
Something.
This is
So
just
sick,
an
and
absolute
you
masterclass
guys.
in finding a wound and then pressing down.
What
like
happened,
FUT
you
are
guys?
just hemorrhaging in these rounds, not even getting a chance to take any steps forward. Pressured down long, pressured through shower. The map's not theirs. Yedajay and Ada Captain being hunted down, being herded down, and the confidence is building and building. This could be the 4th round. It looks extremely likely, and it looks like it's going to be clean as well. Yedajay has barely left spawn. It's not a fun position to be in. This is the PRX that gives people nightmares. Nice try. It ain't good enough. A flawless round here, Josh. That timeout has to hit quick here. They are getting absolutely pushed around this server.
Timeout needs to come in. FUT need to pick up 1 round in the next. They need to pick up basically 2 out of the next 4 right now. Otherwise, I think PRX is probably going to run with this. They stole map 1 right under FUT's nose. Coming back from that, you know, it was a close game the whole way through. But right here, PRX could steal this 10-2, 11-1 even. Easy. And defense side, this isn't the easy side.
Because look at their money. Finances are booming. The ults are going to come through as well. It's just
snowballing, yeah.
It's so hard. So it's this round has to be something. And FUT are walking on just thin ice. Now, they've traded effectively this time. They've won an extremity. That's something.
And Jing.
Very funny.
Conversion is must needed for FUT.
Ooh,
The
Mind
scan.
Freak. That's huge. Actually getting noted is big. They can try. Okay. You may see where he is, but it may not seem to matter. He's isolating fight after fight and they're falling like flies. Oh, what are we doing? No! An absolute fumble here. And how is it just on Mr. Fallen? He's read it right, but the timing's wrong. And PRX breaking FUT's hearts. They're crumbling, Josh. They're crumbling.
That was a 4-3. He's not isolating the fight. FUT is doing what they did against EDG. They're
What are they
running, they're
doing?
scattering around, and everyone's they're trying to chase down the kills, but they're not doing it together. We talked about how they played those post plants on A, on that first map, Sunset, and how they kind of moved here together in tandem, did this, did that, shifted over there together. But here, what is this? One goes left, one goes right, one's in the smoke, one's over
in the mosh.
Yeah, and then he runs into his teammate's mosh, and like, come
Heads in the game, boys.
Come on. This is, and now PRX got these ultimates online. It's good. Yeah, this is just the toughest snowball.
Gotta see more. Got to see more. A set piece. Get some stability. Get some assurances. And right now it's Jing getting some, taken out a captain. Mind Freak finding cracks. This is looking like curtain call here. There's only so many ways to say this. It's just perfect work from PRX. 6 now. The difference between map 1 and map 2 is such a stark contrast. Josh, where's the timeout? They need a lifeline here. They need, I don't know, get out the resuscitation pads. What is going on? They have been just broken through this.
PRX has had a really good handle of the situation. Good aggression, good teamwork. It's not just mindless aggression.
No,
They're
it's
moving
not.
together, and FUT is making these individual mistakes. They're not catching their timing, starting with that pistol round. They missed their timing to get into B. Here, now it's just, they got to the point where PRX, they've got the momentum on their side. They're snowballing because they have their ultimates coming online. They're getting the momentum because their energy, they're winning 6 rounds in a row. Now, they've unlocked the ability to take a little bit more risks.
Yep.
It's not going to be that devastating for them because they always can do buy round after buy round after buy round. That they're going to go for these. They're going to be really aggressive.
Right.
And FUT, they need to be able to convert these rounds. When they get those advantages, the 2-for-1 trade on showers, okay, cool.
That's
now,
a good start.
That's
What do
a
we do
great
now?
start. You have to convert in that 4-on-3. You have to still move together. And we've seen them move together. They were doing it on Sunset.
Yes.
Something happened between, you know, the middle of the game on Sunset until now. Something happened, and internally, we talk about on EMEA, the Vibe Merchant team, whatever. I mean, unironically, they are. And they need the vibes, and they don't have it right now. They are crumbling, and it's going to be an internal crumble. So we have snowballs on 2 fronts. PRX snowballing in a positive momentum, and FUT just crumbling and spiraling.
Yeah. No, it's clear as day. FUT, whatever's happened in this timeout, guys, better have had a good word, because you don't want to go out with a whimper. This is elimination. This isn't just another game. This isn't just another group stage. PRX. Yeah, setting up the firing squad, and this could be an execution waiting, and it absolutely is. Body after body dropped, and again, a 2-man disadvantage to begin with. Something holding the line. It's easy for him. They look so in the zone, so comfortable. As said, I can't stress it enough. This is the PRX that is nightmare-inducing, confident, aggressive in all the right ways, and hard to get a beat on. And for FUT, and for our captain, it's a formality. This round, he wants it done. Get back into it, get that buy up, and get going, because this is a landslide. And PRX are at the top of the mountain right now.
It's the second flawless for PRX in this half. I think maybe
7-0.
2 or 3 rounds where they had 4 alive as well to close these rounds out. It's not even like it's a close game where it's like coming down to the wire, the clutches, the one-on-one situation where FUT's kind of faltering at the end. These are just so one-sided.
They absolutely are. And now, this is the round the timeout was for. If there was a concept, a consideration, a plan in mind, you bring it in now. But does PRX then say, hell, we'll go aggressive somewhere else? They're going to throw a spanner in the works, give them something new to look at. We're going to have the ult coming down towards long. That should shut off at least that area for now, funnel them in towards that 3-play stack on A.
PRX starting with that showers hold, pivoting back into short. They saw up going aggressive.
It's audacious and it works. He's got the support all the way out. They got Forsaken, but they still caught CNED on the other side. And Mind Freak confident, but gets punished this time. Mr. Fallen finds his man. And they still know that there's going to be a player over towards B long. That Viper's Pit's still in play.
Nightfall as well. I would not be surprised if FUT come back into this B, use that Nightfall, lock down that Viper.
Logic dictates they head towards A, and that's surely going to spur them on now. Choices to be made, but they continue forward. The one man in their way danger through and through. Personified
ये
at
round
times
आ गया
as
भाई
Jing,
इनके लिए।
but he's noted and he's held back. Utility specifically to keep him contained. Device slow creep forward is already considered. That ult being on B-Long kind of Taylor makes his trajectory. The first fight not going to be his. Mr. Fallen reads it well, and now Jing in an uphill struggle. A 1v4. Incredibly difficult, and it looks like FUT has probably found their first here. These post-plant positions are strong. A high-low setup, it's secured. FUT carve out there first, but it took time to get there. 8 rounds.
We heard that roar from behind us as well. So maybe not completely mentally out of the game. 4 ultimates online for FUT. Round by round, if they can get it, I mean, 4 rounds in a row is not unheard of. If they're able to do this, 7-5, we have a game on our hands. PRX is in such a comfortable position still, though. They still have the money for the operator. They still have one of the ultimates, the orbital strike, available. And they probably are still feeling confident enough to take these risks, to look for these duels. Maybe 1 or 2 more opportunities for FUT to be able to get back in with those kind of risks that PRX is taking before PRX needs to kind of readjust.
And again, these ultimates starting again. Well-rounded from FUT. They have everything they want, but a double stack towards Showers has been given a lot of freedom here. PRX are going to be behind the wire, deep in enemy territory.
Don't sit in lamps. That orbital strike's online. You have to take some space. CNED at the front of it. Identifies this.
I think they noted it. Nightfall this time. And the next ult from Mr. Fallen as well. Fishult comes in, the re-aggress through Showers. Jing gets caught. They've got to know there was another here. But Crack's gonna be contained and Mindfreak looking to punish. He doesn't get what he wants. There's a fight still in him. FUT not down yet, not out. Still trying to hold what they can here. Secure what remains in this half. There's something left to have to respect this. But he is being hunted. Yedajay wants that operator gone. Almost. He knows he's going to re-peek. It's something. Of course he is. They are hunting him down left, right, and center. They've got him. They've got their man. Finally, they strike back in full force.
A convincing round. Big execute. Showstopper invested. And the foresight to understand what was going on. Good positioning from Cracks here to deal with this Showers play. A good fight, keeping it forwards. PRX, they take this time out. They need to understand, hey, you know, this is a couple of rounds. It's like they got defibrillated and their heart got started again for the side of FUT. And now it's like, wait, okay, you know, now they're starting to shoot back. Now we need to make sure, okay, we have a good lead, 5-round lead. There's a few more rounds in this half. Let's make sure that we close it out really strong. We can still get a 10-2 here. So that's probably what they're talking about. Hey, let's make a couple of adjustments. We let slip a couple of rounds here.
Yep.
They have a real chance to come back in. Ultimates online. Let's not give it away. Op in the hands of CNED on attack. Loves going for shower picks as well, so.
Yep. Want to see what he can do with that. Again, he's one of those players that can have such impact on those high days, but it's not been his day here. Mr. Fallen, Yedajay closer towards the top of the board for FUT. On the other side, of course, Divine, Mindfreak, something. They're all kind of hitting. I think every single player, PRX, is in form here. It's scary to face. There is no weak link.
It's hard to kind of look at the two teams here, where one team, we're talking about Yedajay, we're talking about CNED, we're highlighting these 2 players in specific. We're not even talking about the other 3 players on the team who are absolutely good and have good value as support characters. But on PRX, it's like, who do you even highlight at this point? It's everyone. Is just involved.
Yeah, they are the collective. They are the 5. They stand together, literally. And the high-low setup, again, it was rewarded last time. Does he get a reward here? A very patient beginning, maybe expecting some aggression from PRX. So FUT sitting in a very deep default.
Off the back of a timeout. Sensible. Judge and Hookah.
Nasty.
But the double initiator with that raise is going to be able to sniff out a few of these situations.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so. You hope that protocol list is there. There we go. Wingman at least going to come in. That should either force him away or shows
the judge.
There we go. Now, does that shut down the attempt towards Hookah, or does it make them reassess how they want to approach this? FUT now giving a little bit more piece of the puzzle, right? They're starting to work out what's in front of them. About a minute left.
Oh, a Dizzy could just crush this right now, or a Haunt. This is risky for CNED right now. The fake Viper ulti up short A.
That judge sees is good.
They don't know that nobody's behind him. They're afraid to peek.
So posturing,
playing with fire.
But I'm also noting Divine. his positioning here, creeping through from showers. He might get the timing right. It's about him and CNED. When do they cross paths, if they do? And Jing just has to keep himself alive, keep a bit of space on the site. The Prowler will reveal his position. The TP gets taken. Device crept closer. He's denied the rotation, and Jing's paint shell was on the money. Oh, the second glance, and it works. PRX playing patient, and it's paying dividends. Yetajay, left to his own devices, surrounded on all fronts with 5 seconds. The spike is not in hand, and he knows this one's wraps. Get out of there, get out of danger. PRX shifting gear. We credit them for their aggression, for their confidence, for their fast plays, but we've seen them just show real discipline, real patience in approach, sitting deep, working what they had. Great timing on that push out from Devi as well.
They let FUT make the mistake again. Ill-timed. They run out of time here, tank this paint shells. Nope. Don't even get the spike planted. Afraid to go hookah because of the judge. Walking up, contact up along B. Can't find an opening. Gets tethered, haunted, everything. Funneled. I don't know what the idea was there from FUT. It was too slow.
Yeah, got caught just at the end. And then again, the aggression starting here. Taking control. Quite indicative that they found no resistance thus far, but there is a player keeping track of this. That is going to be Mr. Fallen. Waiting with Yetajay. The Dizzy, very good here. Yeah, that reveals one.
You don't need it. Let CNED. He's still toying with it.
They have to fight for every step taken, it feels like, in this match.
But here, it should be CNED moving up off that info, having his teammates defend him to destroy this Prowler.
Oh, what a shot! And what a dodge! CNED takes away Jing, and now the crunch through the TP. They get the man back on cracks. Follow up, Devi! Just decimating 3! A glimmer of hope shattered in a second. And now the cross going to be watched and controlled by something. Yetajay left alone. Again alone here. Spike so far away. And Devi, whoa, quickly brought back to heal as Yetajay, that shorty, is maybe the end of him. He's going to 5 HP in a dream, but 2 players to get past, and they're so close to each other. It would have to be nothing short of a miracle, and it almost was. PRX, they live and die by the sword, and they get themselves up towards 9. Josh, this is looking like it's wraps.
It's so weird seeing this shift. It's like a second personality. You see CNED kind of moving up with this op. Where's that support? Where's the people to break the Prowlers? And then here it's just one by one they swing. It's so weird. You'd think like they would move up in different positions together, but PRX, again, just moving so well together, having the firing squads kind of cutting the map down, moving together. The kill distribution is just on point for them too.
And it looks pacier this time, though. It looks quicker.
Showers crunch is what they wanted to go for.
But I'm looking at the positioning coming out from something. Do they
Huge
check on this? Ah, the Dizzy going to reveal it. He has to take the TP as a quick way out, and the site looks vulnerable. Nice. FUT going through that list well here. But hesitation might cost them that advantage they once had. Now you're going to see the molly coming in. Now you're going to see all the counter util, and you're right, that is in play, and it is going to be utilized. Mindfreak could get caught in this one. Jing still going to be doing the damage. Takes away CNED, gets a little closer, goes down. Mindfreak is weak, 10 HP, can't do the damage. And now numbers favorable towards FUT. Should have the time on their side. This should be the gate shut on this round and this half at a 9-3.
Rash out. So hard, 2 versus 4 to come back into this. Krax hears this as well. 1 hookah, 1 long. Crossfire.
They should have everything they need here. Should be a slam dunk. Seal it. Krax. Okay. Devi, he did well before, but this is very hard. They are isolated, but they swing together. Make sure it counts. 3 rounds, Josh. I don't know if that's enough. I want you to break down when we come back from this if you feel that is going to be enough to tip the scales. But PRX came out looking lethal. This has been a half to remember for them, and it might be the one to secure their safety here in Champs. going to connect, the Dizzy going to confirm it, and the pace is just unbelievable, but it's working. Look at this! They are just running them down! The only one to fight back was out of Captain, but the site is theirs. Spike's already down, and you're looking at Yedajay and CNED, the big man himself with the Sheriff, but he's only got 4 kills so far. This hasn't been a big map for him. Forsaken, yes, barely breathing, but still alive with a gun in hand. Something, yeah, a little tagged up, but still here. And the paint shell's good enough for something, but do they clear Forsaken diligently? CNED trying to take those steps, trying to get closer towards Lamps. Spots out Mindfreak, but time is becoming an issue. They've got to get moving. Yedajay noted, and now they go, but look at the reposition from Forsaken. That's lovely, but it gets cleared. Another 1v1, but time, Josh, is ticking. Divide tries to play the game, and he does so well. Heartbreak from the outset, 10 found for PRX. Double digits off the rip.
CNED needs to go huge with this Sheriff right now. Otherwise, PRX, man, I don't know if there's much else to say about this right now. We heard it from the coach, I believe, in the interview. It's like, even if you guys lose 13-0, hold W, keep holding W. And that's basically what they did. As soon as they, they get into that Viper Orb, they, one motion, through showers, take down Mr. Fallen, continue, not even stopping to set up the wingman for that plant, just hold W.
Man, it is a treat to watch them, you got to admit. But FUT on the receiving end, it's a hard game to witness. And already being pushed away from B-Long, PRX, just juggernauts running through this. At a Captain, down a little low, you're looking at CNED, you're looking at a Captain with those Sheriffs. It's Yedajay to strike, but still cleared up so quickly. A comfortable plant in the end. As I said, just bulldozering their way through. Plants there, Mr. Fallen and Cracks, what are you gonna do?
5 up long B, you got that Brimstone, triple smokes, 1 down at spawn, elbow, hookah, and CNED jumping through it to, I mean, his demise right now. PRX is just crushing it. Not much that these classics can do on the side of FUT, where we might be looking down the barrel of a 13-3.
Seems like he doesn't it.
Last player standing.
And again, the caliber of teams we have here, the fact that this is an elimination, and we've had, as I said, a champions winner in the form of CNED on one side, a finalist in the other, of course, PRX falling short to EG in the end, but still, what a series that was. Oh, it won't make much difference now, mate, knife or not. Nah, he's just gonna go for the spike in the end.
From the way they've been shooting. Didn't want to give that orb up to something, give him the thrash. I guess that's the logic behind that.
I mean, he was one away, so that's actually a fair assessment. Don't mind that. You're trying to play to the smallest of margins, but Josh, the problem is the overarching impact of this is that scoreline is just monumental.
Well,
this is it, isn't it?
This
could be the swan song of the entire run for FUT.
Judge on raise, that's going to be fast Lamps control into his own paint shells right here.
Gotta say, Jing, a master of this, and that's why! Just the buckshot to the brain of Yedajay. The upgrade found, and site control is theirs. As said, this could be the last real effort from FUT. If you're facing 12, it might be too steep of a climb, but for now, the plant is in. And the timer now set for FUT to try and take back this site.
Insult to injury with this thrash. How many does it get? 1.
Oh, now they try and tighten the screws on the site itself. FUT, though, taking some good steps here. Something now makes his presence known, gets the upgrade and gets out, but they now know where he is. A nice little lineup there, can't deny it. That is going to secure so much time. And just bit by bit, Mindfreak is playing to that clock, working away at FUT, chipping them down, and Cracks tries as best he can, keeping them in this series, barely alive.
Barely is the key word. The economy is just shattered. I don't even know if they can afford to purchase more Vandals here. It's going to be light shields, Bulldogs. There's nothing else they can really do. PRX is just keeping the pressure on. And I mean, we see that from Jing. He gets the kill. It's a 5-on-4. He switches to the Vandal. He keeps holding W. But I mean, why not? Right now, with this lead, with this momentum, with this confidence, keep going for it. You have the rounds to play with to do these things and really just crush FUT at a certain time, 11-7, 11-8. Maybe that's when you get down to business. But right now, 7-round lead. Why not?
Keep it going. Little setup here. Yeah, Jing knew it too. He's out of there. Forsaken overwatching to see if they try and re-clear that space, but a good start here for PRX, just testing the waters.
This defensive setup for FUT's making me nervous. The one-person spotting towards Hookah and the jiggle towards Long B.
Tell me how the captain's at least got full shields. He does, but it doesn't
headshot.
matter. The headhunter himself, something taken away out of captain and leaving pretty much Mr. Fallen all alone, and the wingman will, if not with Dizzy. Oh, good response. CNED's quick to it.
Help him out.
But they're starting to second guess. He backed away for a second now. Mr. Fallen's screwed. He was all alone. CNED has to make up for that little bit of a mistake, that little hesitation. But now he's got no security. Has to fall away to CT and give up the site.
Bring them down. Spike planted. We found one. I'll find you.
The wrap towards Hookah. CNED's going to take down Mind Freak. That's huge. CNED starting to clear house. Forsaken, though, in a 1v3 position. Unconsidered thus far. Can he clutch up and get them to 12? Oh, it wasn't clean on the first. And CNED thriving there. Moved away for a second. Left Mr. Fallen to rot, but he came back at the right time.
Big round for CNED at 4K. Round by round, FUT needs to do this. PRX still in a really comfortable lead.
Yep. Maybe
having to do a low econ buy here, let another round slip into the favor of FUT, but I don't think they have to get a little bit nervous. I think this round, if you're going to use any to highlight the differences in teamwork between PRX and FUT, it's right here. We see how this player gets this kill in Hookah. He's driving it back out. No Viper wall to come up early enough for him to be able to go. First of all, it was a split into a 2A, 2B setup. CNET doesn't even follow through to help him away. Still, they end up with the round.
It's all stingers, all light shields. And why do I feel it might work? Jing's still alive, so I still hold my breath. But for now, it's an effective trade in favor to FUT. They keep the man advantage, they keep control, and they've seen a lot.
The reposition as well from FUT. Getting into that long B, CNET as well. Moving over, jump spotting for that Hookah angle, and the passive retake setup from Cracks on A Heaven right now. Really understanding exactly the only win conditions for PRX right now. That showstopper is also going to be in play, though.
That's a pixel spotted. And the captain going to keep his head down. And here comes the problem. Here comes the danger man, Jing. Didn't check Octagon, but sends it towards CT and gets a trade. Oh, but out of captain. Safe pair of hands there. That's another step. It's an arduous road, Josh. This is going to be a slog if they want to try and bring this back. The purchase now going to come up here for PRX. They've got rounds to play with, but maybe a timeout here before it gets too close. Keep them back in line. Give them that plan to move forward with.
11-7, 11-8. Those are kind of where you're hitting that red line of this is getting a little bit too uncomfortable considering where we were, where we came from. FUT still needing to play almost perfect at this moment. And I don't think they're quite there yet. They're winning the rounds. And it's not, though, off of good decision-making, really. It's off of the back of big heroic plays. So CNED getting that 4K in the previous round, getting that kill right before he dies to the showstopper here out of captain playing in the smokes. But what I don't like, what they did there with the 3B retake A, perfect. That's good. You're against stingers. You understand what's going on. You're doing this gamble stack. But these other rounds, they're playing 2A, 2B. What are you going to do when, you know, you're against 3 or 4 PRX members and you only have 2 to defend right now? So FUT, they're kind of there, but they're still a way for them to slip. PRX is just above 11 already. If FUT slips one time, that's overtime secured for PRX. There's not enough rounds to play with. They need to be absolutely perfect, and not only that, like, they're not even close to perfect right now.
They're not.
But
it could happen.
It could happen. I mean, it could happen. This would be really weird because normally Bind's an attack-sided map, and these are great compositions to be attack-sided. We see
attack-sided teams
and
as well.
that too.
I mean, stranger things have happened. One away from the Nightfall, one away from the Fishhole, one away from Viper's Pit. We've got a lot coming up for FUT, but they don't have rounds to play with, as we highlighted. This is very much back to the wall Val. Similar scenes for PRX as well. They should have a snowball round soon enough. We are seeing the operator coming out for CNED.
That deep showers line is going to help alleviate some pressure for the defense. Cracks spotting short A, ready to dip into showers to help CNED or to just defend against that A site. And Ada Captain already shifting over towards A.
Oh!
That is not the opening you want.
No, that's an issue. That is a big problem, actually. And I wonder how FUT try to respond to this, because PRX now, with a very early advantage, above a minute, taking map control. They haven't given up much on the rest of the other side of the map either.
CNED shifting back over to this lamps here to watch short A deep. Instead of having that showers line, that Viper wall going up would block his sight line. So good reposition.
Oh, CNED, what do you do with this?
They understand right now. Nothing's happened towards B yet. It's going to be A.
CNED having to respect it. Has to back away deeper towards site. Looking for a readjust towards maybe Tri-Box. Cracks is in towards shower, so that's still a big factor here. They're all going to come down to deny the plant.
30 seconds and Yedajay's positioned if where that TP comes.
Wingman doing his job as best he can, gets denied again. Now the Nightfall, now CNED strikes. Jing gonna answer back in kind. Man advantage now with PRX, but Cracks' position could be huge. As can be said for Yedajay, but Mindfreak's watching it. Mindfreak wins, and now the problems begin. A 2v4, this is going to be everything. Jing takes away out of captain, and Cracks left to rot at the end of this 12. Calling and answered by Jing. PRX, after the timeout, get the job done, up to 12.
Match point, and FUT's been feeling this pressure all game. That's 7-0 down to start off this map.
Match point, match
he
point.
moved from showers because his teammate's Viper wall would cut off his vision if needed at B. Moves over to lamps. The enemy Viper wall is right there. Loses that vision that way. Needs to have a better position. I like the reposition. Wait for them to rotate back from B to short A. You get that line on them.
Yeah.
But maybe it needs to be from like on top of truck, in front of the truck, something like that. Gets a kill, is able to pivot away. Right there, he loses that sight line. Sure, he uses the paint shells and the boom bot just to stall, buy some time, but the 20 seconds on those brim smokes, it's not enough. 6 rounds in a row is what FUT needs, and PRX, they just need 1 round here. They have economy. Yes. They can do another buy round if they lose this, and they're so close to getting so many different ultimates online.
Yeah, just so if you're playing along at home, 1 away from something's ult, so the fish ult would be there, 1 away from the Viper's pit. It's only 3 off for Jing as well. I mean, and that's not a million miles away for him, and 2 away from the orbital strike, you're right.
One of the things I noticed last round as well was that Jing was actually the one to pick up the orb at long B. I don't remember if it was last round or the round before that, but that to me signifies that they're in it for the long haul, because he was down to he was at 1 ultimate orb when he went for it, so it got him to 2.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about just mass ultimates unloading at the same time. And right now, I mean, PRX, they can still gamble with a couple rounds here where they don't use ultimates and then just dump 4 at the same time. But need to use theirs off cooldown.
Welcome to the pace. Instantly off the rip. We're going to have a Nightfall over towards B and a quick take through towards shower. Hell, it looks like the pistol round all over again. And they have no idea. Caught completely unawares, and PRX just making it hurt now. FUT down to Mr. Fallen and Yedajay to try and save the day, to keep them standing and breathing. But they have to give up the site. Detained. He backs away. But what do you do in this? A 2v3, and you're so far from the site.
They have that wingman, they have that Viper's pit. If they're able to get into the back of the site, pop that Viper's pit, get the wingman on the spike, use that Dizzy probably to get them the space. Thrash is invested instead.
They're trying everything, kitchen sink included. Sends it in. Does catch his target, does get a man. They need to deal with him quickly, though. They've got to spam it, and they're trying to evade. He's gotten down. 2v2. Time is now of the essence. They cannot miss here, and Mindfreak is hitting everything. PRX being the force of nature we know they can be. Staying alive here.
2-0 से बाहर कर दिया है FUT को.
Just an insanely difficult group to deal with.
What a team, bro.
Needed that round on Sunset. They needed that map to take it to a third map because everyone knows how strong and deadly PRX are together as a team. Getting kind of unlucky with the draw they got against G2 going into this. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, that's the only reason that they're down here. Both these teams, though, were so good. Quality, playoff quality teams.
You're absolutely on the money, and there's a lot of respect for the side here. FUT came out and they tried. I mean, yes, map 2 was a brutal one. Map 1 was exceptional. As said, we are getting some high quality games out of these group stages. Some people were looking at the other groups as the group of death. You could have argued this had a lot of those elements to it as well, having teams of this caliber meeting so early. Devastating, obviously, to lose FUT here, but the better team came out today on top, which is PRX. That second map, Josh, was exceptional. Map 1 was a slog, but map 2 gave me glimmers of who they once were, some real vintage PRX rounds.
This is definitely a team that you can't take lightly. You see them, they're running at you, they're confident, they've got the killer instinct, but it's not just one or two people that you highlight, it's all of them. They do it in tandem, they do it at the same time. It's just so much chaos to deal with, and they do it so well. They've been in these situations, and they are able to just snowball and steamroll through.
Yeah, the fans here turning out in force for PRX as well. Great to see the support there for them. And again, even in the earlier interviews with Yinzu, they weren't even looking that confident. They were like, oh, you know, we've been here before, I don't know. But every time you see me, you think, how can this team not be considered deadly? Every single time they come out and they look this good. What an absolute treat this series has been. And you got to feel for FUT on the other side. It's a hard one to face when it comes to this sort of situation.
Definitely difficult. Man, I'm actually annoyed that
Find
FUT
जो domination के साथ
because Lotus I think
defending
would
में
have been
push
such
किया,
a
attacking में
tremendous
push
map
किया
to
है.
see
That'd be
the
great.
stylistic matchup. We
Insane
have to
though.
wait until another day to see that from PRX because that double duelist comp that they have with this whole W style is so good.
No, it certainly is, and it's good to see them hitting their streak now. Some incredibly hard opening games. I think we could say this for both sides. But today, as said, PRX, that step above. After map 1, map 2 looked perfect. And the player you want to hear from will be Mindfreak, who'll be joining us for the Verizon post-match interview.
Hello, everyone. I'm joined by PRX's Mindfreak. Congratulations, Mindfreak! PRX의 마인드프레이크 선수 만나보겠습니다. 오늘 프리쇼에서 다바이 선수가 챔피언스 트로피 PRX 거지라고 했을 때 아니라고 대답했는데도 오늘 PRX의 경기력은 대단했습니다. 오늘 풋 상대로의 경기 평가 한번 물어보도록 하겠습니다. You know, in the pre-show when Davai was asked, "Are you going to take the trophy?" he said, "Nah." But today you showed up and played it the PRX way. So how was it playing against FUT today?
I mean, it's a great match because last time we play against them is like last year in LA. So it was a great match and yeah.
작년에 만났을 때는 2023 챔스 LA에서 만났었는데 오늘 경기 아주 만족스러운 결과라고 하네요. 근데도 오늘 PRX의 바인드 원래는 순탄치 않았거든요. 다양한 요원 조합을 해봤지만 뭔가 그러한 결과 때문인지 오늘 풋과의 경기에서는 되게 시원한 승리를 보여줬습니다. 드디어 PRX만의 바인드 해답을 찾았는지 한번 들어보고 싶습니다. Your bind today was incredible, but this year it was a little shaky. But you know, you took that dominant win against FUT today. So I'm wondering, do you think you finally figured out what works best for you?
I think it's like in general, all over the maps. I think our map pool before was kind of shaky. It's like really small.
देखो तुम्हारे भाई की प्रेडिक्शन सही हो गई भाई. मैंने बोला था ना PRX जीत जाएगी यार. वो भी 2-0 से बोला था, 2-0 से जीत गए यार. इसी बात पे वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार. जल्दी से शोर मचा दो.
So yeah, I kind of showed today. Yeah.
PRX spine. Yeah, that was exciting.
वर्जिनो तो वर्जिनिटी ब्रेक करो यार. अपनी लाल बटन को क्लिक करो जब भी.
빈약했다고 생각했는데 왜 빈약했냐면은 예전에는 조금 우리만의 강점을 살린 게 아니라 좀 그 흐름을 따라가던 그런 조합들이었기 때문에 그랬던 것 같고요. 이번에 바인드, 오늘 보여준 바인드는 우리의 강점을 잘 살릴 수 있는 그런 조합이어서 성공적인 결과가 나왔던 것 같다고 하네요. 그리고 다음 상대 국제 대회마다 만나는 EDG입니다. 하지만 사이먼 선수에 합류하고는 처음 만나는 거고 요새 중국 팀들의 실력이 경기력이 대단하니 다음 경기는 좀 어떻게 예상하고 있는지 들어보겠습니다. You know, you face EDG at every international tournament. What are the chances of that, right? But it's the first time with Simon on board, and also the Chinese teams have been really popping off. So what's your expectation going into your next match?
Probably just the same. I mean, like just play as usual because we met them so many times, and then we are familiar with their game. They are familiar with our game, so yeah.
Just do what you
भाई
gotta
कोई
do.
इन्होंने प्रिपरेशन की
워낙
थी
많이
आराम से
만났던
बैठो
팀들이고 뭐 페이퍼렉스도 EDG를 잘 알고 EDG도 페이퍼렉스를 잘 아는 만큼 그냥 원래 하던 대로 PRX의 웨이로 한번 해본다고 합니다. 이상 페이퍼렉스의 마인드 프릭 인터뷰 만나봤고요. We'll be back with more Valorant action tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for that. And now I'm joined by Divide here at the desk alongside Baby Bait. Divide, congratulations on the win. That was a tough one at the beginning. Let's talk about that map one because you guys have an excellent sunset, and a lot of us were a little confused as to why FUT picked it up. Were you guys confused as to why FUT picked it?
Not really.
Yeah?
I think they knew our sunset was not bad, and we also knew that their sunset was great. So I think.
So you went into it already with the respect on their side.
Yeah, I think we kinda expected the veto that they're gonna pick sunset or Lotus.
Yeah.
And it turns out they picked sunset instead of Lotus, and yeah, I mean. We made a little
Valorant
bit
game
of
खेलते
variation,
थोड़ा
and
सा
we know their sunset is good.
जब आज खेलने का मौका मिलेगा तो
Walk up
खेलेंगे
mid
यार
a lot,
Valorant
walk up A a lot.
Valorant
So, yeah.
जरूरी है
Yeah,
भाई
it felt like there was a point in that one. I'm going to actually go and find the track here because, yeah, it felt like there was a point in time where you guys just decided, screw it, we're going to win.
Valorant खेलना है
honestly,
खेलेंगे
after
आज
round
guys
20, it was back and forth, back and forth.
मैंने कर दिया
And one of the
start
things
होने
we had
वाला
noticed was you guys weren't really fragging together in a few of those rounds. Was that kind of the conversation you guys were having internally in the comms? We're like, guys, we got to play a little bit more together and we can beat them?
I mean, definitely. I think if you play against
Valorant
Turkish
start
team,
करी
definitely
हो
you
जाएगा।
gotta like level up your
On हो रहा है
aim wise.
Yeah.
And you gotta shoot them, because
Yeah.
we're not gonna find them. They're gonna.
इसी टीम में तो आज इतना ही है क्योंकि हम गेम की तरफ चल रहे हैं गेम स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं चलो बेटी आगे बढ़ जाओ ऐश को उतारे जाओ चलो चलो आगे बढ़ जाओ Valorant in action Valorant in action Valorant in action Valorant in action चलो जी गाइस स्टार्ट हो गया ये लेट्स गो पिंग देखता हूँ कैसी आती है ऐसे भी हम अनरेटेड ही खेलेंगे तो पिंग्स तो मैटर करती ही है तो अनरेटेड लगा लेता हूँ जेट के साथ थोड़ा सा अपनी मजाक करूँगा थोड़ा प्यार बांटूंगा जेट के साथ जाके वॉचिंग मी
Match found.
कहीं पे निशाना कहीं पे मेरी कहीं पे निशाना I am so power. अरे यार जल्दी स्टार्ट हो गया भाई। अनरेटेड तो जल्दी स्टार्ट हो जाना चाहिए। इसके मैचेस बड़े अच्छे थे। आज स्ट्रीम जो डिस्कनेक्ट हुई है ना स्टार्टिंग में, वो ज़्यादा मेरे को दुख दे गई क्योंकि डिस्कनेक्शन जो आया वो थोड़ा सा लॉस कर गया सब कुछ। कोई नहीं यार,
My reflection is here. Do me a favor, cariño.
क्या पिंग दे रहा है? ओह नाइस पिंग यार, कॉम्पी खेल सकता हूँ उसमें, है ना? इस नॉट भाई पिंग स्टेबल है ब्रो, बहुत स्टेबल है देखो। तो मैं कॉम्पी खेल सकता हूँ ब्रो। अब तो मैं डेटा से खेल रहा हूँ, वाईफाई अभी यूज नहीं कर रहा, वाईफाई खराब हो रहा है, वाईफाई आने में टाइम लगेगा। खेल सकता हूँ इससे, बढ़िया है ये चीज, पता चल रही है। ये क्या है भाई? भाई ये तो गलत है, फिर बंदा आ रहा है टक रहा है। हाँ?
Last player standing.
Shadows traveling.
टीम तो सही आ रही है ब्रो, फिर क्या?
Thirty seconds left.
Die.
10 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
3 killed.
Woo! We got this.
तो मैं ये देख रहा हूँ जब बंदों के पास जा रहा हूँ जब अटक रहा है ना, ये लग रहा है। मैं अटक तो नहीं रहा।
Spike down A. Enemy down. I have the spike.
अरे भाई कॉम्पी थोड़ी खेल रहे हैं, फाइट ले लो ना। टैक्टिक्स दिखा रहे।
I have the spike.
Reloading. Gun here.
भाई उसको हील ही कर दे।
Healing.
Got the spike.
30 seconds left. Here.
अरे भाई जाओ प्लांट करो भाई, कॉम्पी थोड़ी है।
खेलने देना भाई।
Last player standing. 10 seconds left. Spike down B.
टैक्टिक्स लगा के खेल रहे हैं, शू किए। भाई प्लांट कर दे भाई, जाके कॉम्पी थोड़ी खेल रहे हैं, अनरेटेड है।
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
इसमें फ्रेम तो सही आ रहे हैं, मतलब अटक नहीं रहा है, तो कॉम्पी खेल सकते हैं। पिंग भी सही है, फ्लक्चुएट नहीं हो रही है। फॉरवर्ड नहीं हुए मैं, बहादुर इंसान। अटक तो रहा है यार इसमें।
For you. Can't use this
भाई
yet.
10-15 मिनट ये यही घूमते रहेंगे। प्लांट करो भाई। क्या खेलते हो? पैनी ओमन पैनी।
Making cover. Plant the spike.
Planted.
होल्ड करो, होल्ड करो। उधर थे ना। अरे नहीं।
Last player standing.
अबे ऐसे कौन पीक लेता है बे? कैट बूट के।
Hey Sage, we'll go after this, right? I'll buy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oman, can you exchange the gun,
I'm
bro?
sorry.
Oman.
We need a new approach.
Please change.
Who's next?
Spike down A.
भाई लैग हो रहा है गेम यार, बहुत लैग होता है।
Last player
मुझे बंदा
standing.
पहले नजर आया था बट फिर वो अंदर चला गया। ऐसे भाई समझ आने वाली चीज होती तो यहाँ थोड़ी होता ना।
Every fight is a lesson.
क्या ओमन भाई, क्या चाहिए?
Gun here.
अबे ले छू के। एक दफा चला के देख रहा था मैं कैसी फीलिंग आती है।
Over there.
दिमाग खराब कर दिया।
Enemy spotted. Reloading.
अरे 129 था बे वो डेडलॉक। कैसे खेलोगे कजूमा करो तुम, कुछ होता तो है नहीं तुमसे, पीछे खड़े रहते हो तुम। कजूमा करो।
One enemy remaining.
मैं फील करना चाहता हूँ कैसे चलती है नहीं जो आई है फैक्टर, बट ओवन अलग ही ट्रेजेडी में चल। मार दो भाई, मार दो, एक गोली मार दो भाई। बैक दिखा दो भी नया बनता। अल्लाह किसने मारा? Just give me a moment. क्यों दे भाई तू momentum?
Okay, Kaza, keep this momentum.
क्या हो गया?
Here.
ले भाई ले। कैसे? ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं है इसमें, ये गोली चलाने पर कोई मतलब डिफरेंट सी वॉइस है, मतलब डिफरेंट फील हो। फुल अपग्रेड है।
Spike down B.
Please revive कर दे please.
Your duty is not over.
Our spike
Go for a second.
Wait.
You had your fun. My turn.
Last player standing.
Stay alive. I want their life, not yours.
कोई रिवाइव नहीं देगा मेरे को। कोई बात नहीं भाई, मैं बिना VCT के खेल लूँगा, मतलब बिना उसके खेल लूँगा VCT के। कौन लेगा मुझे VCT में? मतलब बिना फ्रंटल इसके खेल।
Spike down B.
The hunt begins.
भाई मेरा ये सर पे एम था बट मैं मिस क्यों कर रहा हूँ? मैंने पहले मारा था शॉट बट वो तो मुझे दिखा ही नहीं आते हुए। देखो मैं रिप्ले भी देख सकता हूँ अपने पास। एक तो पहले गोली चल गई थी बट आई डोंट नो क्यों नहीं लगी उसको।
Good attempt.
Last player standing.
भाई एक दफा वेंडल ले लूँ, नेक्स्ट राउंड ठोक दूंगा तेरे को। कौन है तू?
Joke's over. You're dead.
नेक्स्ट राउंड से ठोक रहा हूँ अंदर। बहुत हो गया। अनरेटेड है तो क्या हुआ, इज्जत तो है ना। मारूंगा योरू।
The enemy only looks composed.
बड़े
They had still a different story.
अरे सोनू मुझे कुछ आता ही नहीं भाई। स्मोक तो ले लूं, ये लोग स्मोक भी नहीं करते। अरे भाई एक जगह रुक जा, पिंग देखना, पिंग जा रही है ऊपर नीचे। बंदे जाते हैं ना वहाँ पिंग ऊपर चली जाती है, दिक्कत ये है। देखो देखो देखो देखो देखो 350 हो रखी है, 1 हो रखी है। अरे भैया चाकू आता है मेरे।
Spike down B.
अरे ये क्या?
Who's next?
साथ क्या हो रहा है ये? अच्छा ही आएगी पिंग देखो। ओ भाई साहब मेरी पिंग 1800-1600 आ रही है। भैया माफ कर दो भैया, गलती हो गई, अरे कम कर दो पिंग।
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
अरे अल्ट करे यार, अल्ट में आगे।
Watching here. Here. Let's go.
भाई पिंग सही रहेगा प्लीज।
Watch this. Blocking sight. Enemy spotted A. Enemy removed.
Destabilizing.
No charge. Wall raised.
Breaking them. My ult is ready.
Healing you.
बताओ क्या मैं क्या शॉर्ट कनेक्ट नहीं हो सकता था? हो सकता था भाई, ड्रॉ हो सकता था। बट वही है ना कि एकदम पिंग ऊपर जाती जब मैं करीब जाता। नहीं खेल सकता भाई मैं कॉम पिंग, मोबाइल डेटा पे तो नहीं खेल सकता। टफ है वो। वाईफाई चाहिए रहेगा भाई। करते 2-3 दिन में जो है। के सवरिये में कितनी खूबसूरत चीज है तू है। शादी करेगी मुझसे?
We win.
शादी करेगी मुझसे? कर दो पीक। ओके ऐसे लगी है गोल यार, टक्कर आएगी।
Here. Barrier created. My ultimate is ready. Here.
One enemy remaining.
Shati.
Watching here.
My city needs me. I can't be away for long. Let's send it.
जरूरत है तेरी मुझको, फिर I have to be.
I'll take point. Yes.
Okay.
Focusing.
Blocking sight.
No distractions. Breaking them.
Reloading.
Destabilizing.
कहाँ जा रहा है?
Stop the fire.
अरे? अरे?
My territory.
इसने ये देखा भाई, मैं ऊपर चढ़ा था। हाँ और क्या लड़ाई है?
Not enough.
Enemy spotted me.
One enemy remaining.
If pain is a lesson,
आ रहा हूँ गाइस मैं।
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all. No. Let's go.
Enemy spotted A. Parasite. My ult's ready.
Who's next?
They will cover. Enemy spotted A. Enemy down. Neutralized.
One enemy remaining.
भाई अब इससे क्या कह सकता हूँ मैं उछलता कूदता रहता हूँ मुझे नजर ही नहीं आता
Spike down A. Last player
No
standing.
charges left. Your duty is not over.
Last player standing.
क्या रिवाइव है भाई ऐसा रिवाइव देख के तो मेरी तबीयत खुश हो गई अरे ईद तो दबाने सकता तो फिर
10 seconds left.
Light planted.
अरे मार क्या
Last enemy taken out.
Switching sides.
मैं चूतिए पकड़ तो लेता
They don't have a single life worth saving.
हाँ तो मार यार
Attackers win.
I am FEV. बेटा तू है सुपर पावर एस्केलेशन खेलते हैं यार बहुत टाइम हो गया इसको देखो कल किसका मैच है कल है सेंटिनल और फनाटिक का मैच फिर वाइटैलिटी और लेवियाथान का संडे को और संडे को ही मैच होगा दूसरा
Match found.
संडे को ही दूसरा मैच होगा पेपर एक्स तो क्वालिफाई करेगी लेवियाथान भी क्वालिफाई करेगी सेंटिनल भी करेगी क्वालिफाई बट पेपर एक्स का मैच जो है वो थोड़ा टफ टीम से भाई अरे लूब कल क्रिकेट में ऐसी बातें करोगे गंदी गंदी ठीक करेंगे तो 400 लेवल दिया है भाई भाई लेवल पे बात है ये यहाँ को बेकार क्या लगता है देखे अरे आओ भाई आओ कहाँ हो बंदो खाना ढूंढने में भी मिल रहा है अरे भैया ये अटक क्यों रहा है अटक रहा है भैया कहाँ से मारूं मैं जाके बता बंदों को कहाँ से मारूं अटक रहा है ये भी ठीक है
Fight.
भाई मेरे सैचल देखो कहाँ बट रहे गरीबी का हाल देखो। रियल फेक वाले से मैं सामने रियल फेक वाले से मैं। अरे जतिन भाई वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम यार। भाई फेक ही समझ लो यार, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। मुझे बंदे ही नहीं मिल रहे। एक तो मर गया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं भाई, फेक ही समझ लो। कब आएगी पिंग सही? मेरी स्टेबल ही नहीं हो रही है भाई, 200 जा रही है। थोड़ा हमारी तरफ भी पिक कर दो। अरे एक ही बार ही में गन चेंज हो जाए। बंदे हैं कहाँ? भाई मेरे को ओडिन क्यों थी जब इसके पास ऑफ है तो?
Yoru is dead.
गाइस जल्दी से वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार। मत कर भाई, कोई दिक्कत थोड़ी है। कमेंट है भी मत कर ब्रो, ना लाइक करना तू कमेंट कर, देख भी मत, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। देख भी मत, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। ले भाई ले ले ले ले, अब तो ले ले। सब्सक्राइब मत करो भाई, किल तो ली नहीं तुमने। ओरे ओरे ओरे ओरे ओरे, देखो भाई मेरी 750 पिंग गई है। ठीक है, बहुत फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है भाई। अबे ये क्या चाह रहा है भाई? मेरी पिंग सही नहीं आ रही है, फिर भी मेरे हेडशॉट लग रहे हैं। ऐसे लग रहा है, मुझे नहीं पता भाई। अबे अबे अबे ऐसे मत मारो भाई, दिल पे ले जाऊंगा, खड़ा करना मुश्किल कर दूंगा तुम्हारा यहाँ पे, समझ रहे हो? कहाँ फेंक रहा है नेट अपनी टीम वाला? मारेगा क्या? हेड इधर क्यों फेंक रहा है जब मैं खड़ा हूँ तो वहाँ पे? क्या बंदा है भाई वहाँ? भाई आते ही नहीं बंदे। बैठ के चलते हुए मार रहा है। जरूरत है कैसी मुझे तो।
Enemy down. That's done.
Clever. Good job.
They're super dead.
अबे क्या हो रहा है ये? मतलब गेम नहीं चल रहा एक तो। अरे ये ब्रो ये भी देखना बाकी रहता है। तो लेवल पे डाउट है। पता ही नहीं चल रहा है मैं क्या कर। तो पीछे चले जाऊंगा वापस। भाई किस नाम से रिक्वेस्ट नहीं आई भाई मेरे पास, मैं ही भेज देता हूँ। मैंने ही भेज दी भाई, मैंने भेज दी भाई।
Match found.
अरे भाई वाईफाई से नहीं खेल रहा, मैं खेल रहा हूँ मोबाइल डेटा से। मेरा वाईफाई खराब हो गया भाई, इस वजह से डेटा से खेल रहा हूँ। तुम्हें क्या डाउट है भाई? डाउट है तो है, अब तुम्हारा डाउट कैसे दूर करूँगा? नहीं कर सकता। हमारे को डाउट है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। मैंने वो क्या मुंह पे नहीं मारा उसके? कौन कह देगा मैंने मुंह पे नहीं मारा उसके? मार क्यों नहीं रही है बंदे? अरे बाबा रे बाबा। हमें भी वैंडल दो ना भाई, ये क्या गंदे रखते हैं। मार देंगे भाई दूर से दिख के। क्या हो रहा है ब्रो? 5000 आ गई, 5000।
No more.
अरे चल भाई चल। थोड़ा सा चलता है फिर रुक जाता है। भाई 12000 हो गई है पेन भाई।
Sleep, brother.
दो को डैमेज मैंने दिया, किल उनको मिल गया।
Clean kill.
ये क्या थोड़ी क्या चल रही है?
Match found.
गाइस नहीं चल रहा है यार, बिल्कुल भी पिंग नहीं आ रही है, तो उससे बात बंद करेंगे। कल मिलेंगे आपसे। कोशिश करता हूँ कल वाईफाई आ जाए, ठीक है। भाई कितने टाइम बाद मैं इस मैप में आया हूँ सीरियसली यार बहुत टाइम बाद I feel it. अरे भैया बैठ के बाहर आओ ना थोड़ा के बाहर आओ 4 बंदे एक साथ खेलने कैसे पड़ेगा भाई मेरा एम कन्नों की तरह लगता है और हार जाते हैं हेड लगा मेरा ये वाला मैच चलो पीक एक साथ कर रहा है करो भैया पीक खुद ही खुल रहा है स्कोप भी बंद कर रहा है तो खुद ही खुल रहा है मैं कहाँ आ गया ये कहाँ आ गया मैं यहाँ पे भाई किसी ने ये चीज देखी रिकॉर्ड हुई है ये आ गया ना मेरे पास भी मेरे पास फटकार आएगा तो यार कितना हेड मारूं 160 ही ऑन को मारा मैं कितना मार सकता हूँ भाई हो गया भाई मेरा आज का नहीं होगा मैं इसके बाद जा रहा हूँ बस आज देख लिया आज का बहुत है भाई गेम में नहीं होगा इससे बिना वाईफाई के बहुत टफ है भाई बहुत टफ है सही हुआ ये क्या शील्ड लेके आ रहे हैं पता नहीं किसका माइक है ये भाई बड़ा खतरनाक माइक है साला मेरे को गोलियां कैसे कनेक्ट हो रही हैं? मेरी गोलियां तो कनेक्ट नहीं हो रही हैं। इसमें पिंग भी सही आ रही है बट नेटवर्क तो है। मुझे नहीं खेलना, मुझे जाना।
Too easy. Too.
Gotcha. Out of here.
ये किसने बोला? गन भी ऐसी आई है इस टाइम पे, नाइफ के टाइम पे ये गन सी। चलो यार जीजी। चलो यार भाई, अच्छा लगा तुमसे मिलके यार। चल नहीं रहा गेम। भाई मेरे को छोड़ के चले गए भाई, मेरे को छोड़ के चले गए भाई। बिल्कुल ये एकदम बंद कर दिया गया। जी जी वेल प्लेड। अरे भाई जतिन भाई यार, चल नहीं रहा गेम यार। चलो गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग माय स्ट्रीम टुडे। सी यू सून। मिलेंगे यार। वाईफाई जल्दी आ जाए, ठीक हो जाए, फिर वाईफाई के साथ तो करना ही है। बट कल VCT का मैच है सेंटिनल का 1:30 बजे, तो कल आते हैं, देखते हैं, एंजॉय करते हैं साथ में। जुड़ना सब, वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार। चलो बाय बाय, जी जी।